Alright, we are on. What is going on, guys? Sorry for the delay. We're 11 minutes late. 11 minutes is, it's a lot longer than I'm used to being late. So yeah, somewhere we're on time. No. Because in my hometown, where some of the people are watching, I am an hour ahead. I'm an hour early, I guess. 50-something minutes early, but you get the idea. Anyway, guys, we're here. Episode 152. That's not a legit number, but I started adding things up, and it's somewhere around 152 episodes. So, over 3 years. I'm pretty pumped. Got Erica on. Let's see. Your voice is dumb. My voice is dumb. Okay, it seems I have the voice
Hang on.
Oh, there's a chat room.
Yes, that's Jake.
Oh, that is excellent.
Yeah, apparently I still had my voice thing on, so we probably sounded like chipmunks or something stupid like that. Either way, guys, we're late, but we're here. We've got Erica, Salazar, and I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, no, that was great.
You referred it to it as kind of like slithering, like slither.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with Harry Potter, but I'm told that there's a character that is Slytherin Salazar Slytherin.
Okay.
So some people get really excited when they hear my last name, and I just kind of roll with that, like,
Oh,
yeah,
they're
absolutely, Harry Potter, yeah.
They're like Harry Potter fans. Yeah. Jake said we had chipmunk voices.
Chipmunk voices.
That's a thing. I have this whole like audio setup here that allows me to change my voice to whatever I want, and then I've also got stuff like.
I feel like I need a booster chair.
I'm leaning forward.
Are you leaning forward?
Yeah. So if I lean, I
still feel like. Yeah, it's okay. It's alright.
You can go with the metal one right there.
I'll get over my insecurities.
Less comfort on the less comforting on the tuchus.
It's okay. Oh, smooth.
There's things on here.
Smooth criminal. Okay.
And then if you want to like, yeah, you can do stuff like that, or you want to go on like Jerry Springer.
Erica, you are not the mother. Yes.
Yeah, there's stuff like that on here. Either way, guys, tonight's episode, I'm excited. We're hanging out. We're drinking ciders. We're drinking gluten-free stuff. And, yeah, we're talking music, and we're going to go through all kinds of shenanigans. Who knows what's going to go on.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it.
Is that filament on the bottom?
No.
Oh, okay, it wasn't.
No,
That's
we're
just
good.
the way the bottle was.
Yeah, we're good.
So we've got some good ones. We've got Blood Amulet. It's a hard cider with raspberry and cranberry.
Ooh.
So is it like gluten intolerance or?
And cranberry, so it'll make you poop.
No. I'm talking about you. Like
Oh.
you had a preference for gluten free.
I have a very, very small, mild gluten allergy. It's nothing crazy. I'm not gonna die, but I do feel like shit after I eat gluten.
Heard.
Yeah.
So that day when we ate all that pizza, you were like probably dying.
Yeah.
It was worth it though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we went to what is the place called?
Smith and Lentz.
Smith and Lentz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was the day I met you. That's right.
Yeah. And then we went to Butchertown Hall.
Woo!
And I think we had
Legends of the Fall over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
Who do we have? I know Dan came and said what's up, and I think that we maybe had
Oh, we had burgers. I had a burger, and
No, I mean our server. I think we had Sally maybe.
It was Sally.
Love me some Sally. She's
Love
a
me some
sweetheart.
Sally. Oh my god, I miss Sally.
What's up, Mama Sharon? She's popping in. We got a Fireball to drink for you.
Oh, hi Sharon.
As a shout out to.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, Fireball's like her drug of choice. So for a while there, every time she popped in, we would take a shot of Fireball. But then we realized like we just didn't hate ourselves that much to do it every time. So
Yeah.
And if you're wondering what this is in the background, guys, Well, tell us. You tell us. This is your baby from
yeah.
days gone by.
That's right. Yeah. So what we have here is beautiful.
We have a warm front coming in from the south.
Beautiful computer renditions, the ones and the zeros by my good friend Chris Matthews Jr. He did a music video for one of my bands called Light Thieves, and
the band's called Light Thieves.
The band, yeah, Light Thieves, and this is his music video for one of our songs. And he actually submitted this to a couple film festivals, and it won. So
you guys can check this out
cool.
on YouTube. Like they,
yeah. This one is just YouTube Light Thieves Goon Years. Pop right up. Yeah.
You could probably just type in Goon Years and it might.
Probably.
But Light Thieves would probably be, because I feel like Goon is used. Jake says fancy. If you guys want to hear it, we'll turn that on here shortly. See right above us. Light Thieves.
Right there.
Yeah. Jake just
nice
popping in.
Slow zoom there.
So I'm gonna let you choose the first.
Okay.
Because we have Spaceship Box, Blueberry Spaceship Box, which is
I'm
a
really excited for this
cider.
one, but maybe we should save the best for last.
Heard.
Yeah.
Heard.
Yeah. Let's try this Blood Amulet.
Blood Amulet.
I love the name. It reminds me of one of my favorite video games.
Which is
called Path of Exile. It's on PC, but I think
that's a D&D. No, I thought that was the D&D. I thought that was like Wizards of the Coast. A Path of Exile is something different.
Yeah, it is. I've never really played D&D actually. Not against it.
Alicia popping in on Twitch. What's up, Stella?
Hey.
Heyo.
What's up, Stella Fortune? No,
Fortuna.
I can't read.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
too far
Alicia.
away.
That's her. That's actually her tarot card reading page.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
So she goes live every Tuesday night and reads cards.
See, Jake knows what that is. It's a very old school RPG. It's probably one of the best ever.
I don't think it's that old, is it?
It's pretty old.
I feel like so last time I went to Canada, I felt like my friend was playing that game pretty. It's almost like a Diablo style game.
Yeah,
like
it's
overhead.
everything Diablo wants to be.
Yeah.
As controversial as that may be to say.
She's got some hate for Diablo.
I don't have hate. I'm just, putting
shade.
hierarchy. Just putting hierarchy where it deserves. But
it's that very like overhead.
Oh, yeah.
Small character.
Top down.
Enemies. Yeah, top down.
Probably one of the most intricate, complex skill trees I've ever seen in my life, and I think that's what makes it so exciting.
Erica might be. Oh, I think she spelled it wrong.
Thank you. I do get upset by the K's.
Do you?
Not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, it's. Sorry. I mean, I feel like there's just a lot of people with their names spelled like that.
Well, they're wrong.
True. Their parents are dumb. But this is a game I used to play a lot that was very similar to that.
Siege of Dragonspear.
So it's Baldur's Gate. So you have your crew.
Is it turn-based?
No.
Real time?
Yeah, and then you can go in
RTS?
and you look at your characters. It's Wizards of the Coast make it, so it's in the D&D world.
Okay.
And you can tell people to go places and attack things.
Is it only on mobile?
No. This used to be a PC game back in the days.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think it had to have come out in like the 90s, maybe early 2000s. Okay. I don't know. I was in high school playing it, and I was like addicted with that little mouse.
Yeah.
It's really good on this because you can zoom and you can use your stylus. So if you want to select them, and you can zoom in, it makes it easier. I'll have the game pause, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Okay. And there's different classes you can choose.
Oh yeah. There's thieves and rogues and bards and necromancers.
What's your usual go-to?
I mean, you really play all of them. But if I'm playing D&D, I play bards. I don't know if you ever got down with D&D?
No, not that I'm against it. Just never had the wonderful opportunity come my way, I guess.
Save me some of that amulet. You ain't getting shit, boy. No. You would enjoy D&D, I think. I mean, you like Path of Exile, so.
Yeah, love it.
I mean, it's the same. I mean, it's probably all based off of the D&D world, and how much you want. we'll start it small, and then if you want
Cool.
more, just grab it up. We're using these glasses from, what is this, Living Waters Brewery. So shout out to them, because these little snifter glasses are perfect.
Yeah, cheers. Here we go.
Smells nice.
Very light. Very refreshing.
Oh, that's good. That's better than any of the ciders we had last
A
week.
lot of fruit.
Hard cider with raspberry and cranberry. It's gluten-free, apple juice, sugar, so it does have actual apple juice in
That
it
tastes
too.
like a lot of sugar. How much sugar's in that?
31.
Fuck.
No, it's 27.
God damn it. Alright. That means I'm drinking water for the rest of the week.
You can't have a lot of sugar?
I just get headaches.
Oh,
It's
heard.
fine. No, it's fine.
I mean,
it's fine.
but you get ciders, like it's kind of inherited that if you get ciders,
True.
other than maybe like a scrumpy, like an English cider doesn't add sugar. Most of them have like tons of sugar. What are you talking about, Jake? Erica join our D&D game. No, really. Oh.
Oh, yeah, I'm down to learn. What
it's,
nights?
It's fun. It's just you just drink beer and
Yeah.
yeah, you roll dice and drink beer and make stories.
Sounds like where I grew
They're
up.
wrong. That's why I corrected it.
Roll dice and
They are
drink
wrong.
beer and yeah, that's
So yeah, like I said, this one's Blood Amulet. I was trying to see where it's from. So it's 6.2%, bottled by Bee Nectar in Ferndale, Michigan. I guess that's right.
okay.
MS Michigan, right? I keep trying to say Mississippi. That's MS, right? No.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's good. It's
Good
good.
stuff.
We'll show you guys this. I'll pull up this.
Not crisp. It's actually really soft. Very soft.
Maybe not that camera. Is it this one? I'll give you guys a little look-see.
Yeah, there you go. Rotate that. Yeah.
This almost looks like I have just a massive arm.
Nice.
That's a camera. This setup is weird. It can make it to where there's just a shit ton of us if we wanted.
It's actually pretty high tech in here. I was actually quite impressed when I walked in. I didn't even know we were going live on video, and walked in and I saw the setup and I was like, okay, all right, this is you're onto something.
We're working it out.
You're onto something. We got to get you a couple SM7Bs though. You know?
I have some pretty basic. So I've got some other microphones, and I think Jake's got something down there as well. But then you got to worry about running it through a mixer and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just not knowledgeable enough. I have a mixer, and I have 2 microphones.
Yeah. Got to get you like the Rodecaster kit.
So I have. Let me see. Well, I'll be behind the camera. So we do have another one of these, but that's going to be extremely similar to that one. This Rode is pretty good. That's good for like traveling and vlog.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know this. Yep.
I've got the Zoom H6. So you have 4 XLR inputs,
Yep.
and then you have the omnidirectional there.
Was the HN6? I think those are called.
I've got like Electro Voice RE20. I mean, this is what we use in our radio station at Pretoria.
Yeah, no, that's legit.
Got a couple of lavaliers, and this is like kind of like your basic.
Yeah. Was it 57?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, SM57. Pretty basic stuff. I got a splitter and all that. I just don't know a lot about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if you guys need any upgrades, let me know.
I just don't want to have any
I might know somebody.
any feedback. So if I had like 3 microphones on here, I don't know how I would keep this microphone or this microphone from picking up like all the sound going into one, and it kind of like picking up your voice twice maybe. That's like a
I hear your concerns. I don't think it's as
big of an issue as I think it is.
Yeah, correct.
I've had times when I used that H6 Zoom, and I had 3 lavalier. I think I had 3 lavalier mics on with like XLR extension, so we can really be anywhere, and they're plugged in. And it did like weird stuff with our voices, like we sounded just like a couple octaves lower. It's just like weird stuff. So I mean, We'll have to get to it.
Yeah, no worries.
We haven't started yet. Planning phase right now. Yeah. So getting back, we talked about the beer a little bit, and if you end up
planning
wanting
phase,
more-
like campaign, like you're planning the campaign, right? Like
Yeah. So coming up with your character,
right?
What you want your race to be, what if you want like a wood elf that's a thief, or if you want like a human bard, or
I like those long range characters.
so you like a rogue.
Like an archer, usually is my go-to. I go for like speed and poison builds versus like a tank or healer build. You know what I mean?
So yeah, you would be like a rogue or like
stacking that poison.
Jake would know. He's DM'd a lot more. He's been a dungeon master a lot more than I have. Let me go back to this single camera situation. But yeah, he's done a lot more than I have, so he'd be able to tell you who kind of fits in.
Can you stack DPS in Dungeons and Dragons, like damage per second?
Yeah,
or is
so
that
it's
even
not
a thing?
It's not so much DPS. It's so
like
everything's.
You get what I'm saying though? Like you can stack.
So everything's a dice roll. So let's say you've got this blade on you, and with your character, it might give you extra feats that allow you to hit a little bit harder, or if you're trying to do something, and let's say you have high agility and you might roll badly, you might have something that can kind of augment you that gives you like a plus 10 to it. So if you roll like out of a 20, 1 through 20, you roll like a 7, normally that would be kind of a fail. But if you've got like a 10 or 12 modifier, then you've got like 17, 19, 20. So there's stuff that can, like, it sounds a little complicated, but the dice is just your percentage to do something. So when you roll it,
It doesn't sound complicated.
Yeah. So it's your percentage to do something. So if you're like, hey, I want to, do a backflip, and you're like, cool. Well, you're a very agile person, so it should be pretty easy. You don't have to really roll too high. So if you roll a 18, you just fucking killed the shit out of that backflip.
Mm-hmm.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it, but then also just like being able to just hang out, have a beer, and just kind of just go through the story, create this backstory for yourself, and then just, allow the story just to kind of evolve past what the person who originally wrote it.
I hear those D&D games can go multiple nights.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are we talking? Like, I don't even know. Give me like a rough estimate of like what maybe on the short side a quick game might be versus like a really long game.
For an example, Jake, Alicia, and I did one, I think maybe 2 episodes ago. It was like a one-off, and we did it on the show, and that was it from start to beginning. Like, we kind of started as like level 1. We're put through scenarios, and and it was done by the end of it.
Like 3 hours, 2 hours.
2 hours, 3 hours. You can it can be that long, or there's a game right now. I think some guys in England, and it's like 30 years running.
But they designed it that way, right? Or no?
Well, it's just like they're starting at like level 1, and they're not really, I'm guessing they're not really letting themselves level 2 crazy hard. They're like, okay, you're level 1 and you fought some goblins today. Really, how much better did you get? Like, how much better tomorrow are you going to be than you were today? Like, you fought a couple goblins. So you're not really getting too much crazy experience. So 6 or so hours long per game. Yeah, it ranges a couple hours to, like I said, there's a game that's running 30 years.
Hi, McGrady.
McGrady. Oh, that's my mom.
Oh,
yeah.
hi, Mom.
My mom pops in and says, what's up?
Hey. I hope your night's going good.
Yeah, I think they got the snow we were supposed to get.
Oh, wow.
In Albany, like 7 hours south.
Whoa.
We never get snow in Albany.
Yeah, give us your snow update. I would love to know.
Well, I saw them. So what we currently have, or what we had this morning, where everything just kind of had like a little bit of snow. Yeah. That's what they got. Okay. But they never get it. And then, a week ago we had fucking 7 inches of snow. You're not going nowhere. I was actually worried for tonight's episode.
I was as well. Yeah.
Somebody said, hey, we could have anywhere between 1 to
10.
Yeah. And I was like, oof. Okay. Mm-hmm. I got food, so I'm good to go on that.
I went grocery shopping.
But I need money.
Yeah.
I need money, so I need to work.
Yeah.
Says, no show. I'd be hanging out with them, but I have a cold, apparently. You do have a cold.
But you know what, Jake? Although I'm sad, it just gives me an excuse to ask to be on the show again, so you can be here.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked on that.
I got a show coming up soon. It should be a very wild show. I had a guy contact me, super cool dude, and then I met him for coffee, and he's a drag photographer.
Okay.
Specifically only drag queens.
Okay, interesting.
And then the next day I did an interview with somebody, not an actual interview, but I hung out with them and talked about the show a little bit, and they're a drag queen. So they're going to come full drag.
Awesome.
With their boyfriend.
Cool.
And everything I've heard, they're going to be pretty wild.
That's awesome. Cool.
It'll be a first for the show.
Yeah.
We've had everything from like paranormal investigators to
excellent.
glass blowers, musicians. We've had a little bit of everything.
Cool, that's awesome.
So having a drag photographer and then a drag queen after that is going to be it's going to be an interesting episode.
Cool, awesome. What besides the obvious, did that glass blower do like have a special category that they enjoyed specifically making?
You mean like
not bongs or something?
No. Bongs are actually like really, really hard to make, like in glass blowing. So like the whole like process of like, using the I'm trying to think what they call it.
Which part?
It's the actual like the rod, the blow rod.
Oh yeah.
But they actually blow. Now there's other glass like builders who will get the vase, and then there's.
Yeah.
I asked him about that. I was like, a lot of people think you're making bongs and stuff, and he's like, no, actual glass blowers generally don't make those.
Were they more doing soft glass or borosilicate?
So they were using like the glory hole, and they had the blowpipe, and they were the rolling, and they were dipping it in the broken glass pieces to add. Mm-hmm. So they make like everything from like mugs to like vase to
That's
like
awesome.
Lamp fixtures to.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're beasts.
I'm a pretty scatterbrained person, and I like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I really, really wanted to get into glass blowing, specifically for wine decanters.
Yeah, it'd be easy.
That's what I really wanted to do. I think about it sometimes, but I don't know if I would pivot and go back down a new path and start as a noob with something. But it's just such a fascinating skill set to master and pick up.
Oh yeah.
Like you have to love looking in that flame. Like you have to absolutely
I had to have the camera like
it.
away from it and zooming in on
Oh,
it
yeah.
because the heat was so
For
much
sure.
that the camera was like overheating.
Oh yeah.
It gets too hot and it's like nope.
That's cool.
Super cool guy over at Hot Glass Academy in Americus, Georgia. But he's traveled all throughout the states. He has his actual like academy, and he'll teach classes, and then he does projects and things.
Yeah.
Commission work, but he does a lot of like traveling throughout the states.
Good for him. Cool.
He's got his little mobile glass blowing thing, and then he'll just pop off somewhere and some events. If they could be a concert, it could be some kind of like trade show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool episode. Cool guy. I got a couple mugs that he made. He likes adding like lips and teeth on the side of glasses.
Oh, cool.
So
his little signature style.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Did you ever see the show? I think it's called Blown Away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that one was good.
Yeah, I think I watched me and Alicia watched like 3 seasons of it or something like that. 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah. No, that was a good one.
We had our one guy, the English guy with a bald head that just made all kinds of insane things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we enjoyed the shit out of it. Anyways,
Yeah.
we haven't talked anything about you.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
So you play the bass, correct?
I do play bass.
And
yes.
I saw you doing some video where you were just playing the drums to do a. I told you beforehand I was trying to find a video that I can put on here, so
it's okay.
I didn't want you to think I was like creeping on your videos.
No, you're fine. It's okay.
I was looking through those, and you were trying to find a. I think you were trying to make like a drum, just like a beat for you to play to.
Yeah. So pandemic 2020. You're told you're going into lockdown. The world's a little chaotic, and you're like, well, how long are we gonna be here? I don't know. So I decided, okay, well, maybe I'll just go into lockdown with the goal of coming out as a better bass player. And I just kind of thought, well, what does that mean to me? I didn't know. And I had this crazy idea of like, I'm gonna buy a drum set and I'm gonna learn drums, teach myself drums. We're in quarantine, so I can't pick up lessons. And I'm gonna see if that will make me a better bass player. And that's what I did. So that was the kit. That was like, I think one of the first ones I had owned it. And I was just learning beats, making guitar loops, bass loops, and then going behind the kit and just trying to play along with the loops that I was already making. And
would you say that you became a better bass player?
I did, 100%.
Better drummer, of course.
Yes, a better drummer.
Yeah, you had a good setup.
I can play one beat now, so that's good.
Do you find that playing the bass translates pretty well to other instruments?
No.
No?
No, I think
maybe guitar to bass, maybe. I know some people who play guitar and they find it's pretty easy for them to hop over to the bass because they're already kind of used to finger placement.
Yeah, they're definitely used to finger placement. I think it's probably easier to go from guitar to bass than bass to guitar because we're not really doing a lot of chords. Sometimes I do, but that's like a weird thing.
But you're going from like 4 strings to 5 strings and then
6 strings, yeah.
6 strings, yeah, and then their basses they're thick as shit. And the way you play them and everything.
I would say if you want to be a guitar player after being a bass player, be a lead guitar player. Because a bass player's hands are so strong that you can do lead probably easier than like forming chords.
Right.
At least for me anyways. If I were to suddenly choose the guitar path, I would choose a lead guitar player, having been a bass player.
So how long have you been playing the bass?
We're gonna date me, and that's okay. But let me pour a drink just to calm my nerves. So I have been playing bass for about 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah.
Who knows? That might not be dating. You could have picked it up.
When I was 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously. Yeah. Totally.
It's like,
I was playing since I was in my diaper.
Why the bass? And a lot of people end up going to guitar or they play drums
it's the most
piano.
Cliche reason ever.
Okay.
I had some friends who were in a band, and
a spot filled, and
their bass player suddenly quit. I had been like around all of their practices, all of their shows. They had this like little mini tour set up. Very mini, we're talking like little 5-day thing, whatever, California. And they were like, Erica, you know our music. Like, as a fan, like, will you just like play bass? We'll teach you really quick and whatever. And I didn't know anything. Like, I had, been around rhythm management. I had a DJ controller at the time. And I think rhythm management really helped just the mindset of going into it. I think I was 15 years old, and they just instantly taught me bass, and I never thought it would be something that I would still be doing to this day.
I mean, thank God that they...
Do we have... Oh, we have photos coming through.
I can't really look at them right now. I'm working. We're on the show. We can't look at them right now. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't distract too much from the show, but Mason's playing the acoustic. Right on.
Awesome. Good luck, Mason. You're gonna do great. Don't give up.
I agree with that. If you put in as much time as you play video games into playing guitar, you're gonna be a beast.
Oh man, those words really stung me right now.
No, they sting me because when I think like I'm 38 and I'm like, damn. So I don't really play many video games now, but there was a stint from probably like a young child all the way to 30 that I was an extreme video game player.
Okay.
So the last 8 years, not so much, but...
Favorite console ever?
Probably, I don't know, probably PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, or Dreamcast. One of those 3.
Nice. Bug was cool.
On the...
Dreamcast. Bug. It was like the flagship first game they ever released.
Bug?
It like came with the console if you got it like right at launch.
I thought it was like Sonic Adventure was like the release.
That one was that was there too. Yeah.
So I liked the Dreamcast because it had a lot of fighting games. I was a huge like fighting game guy.
Okay.
And then I also liked RPGs, and the PlayStation 1, 2, and the Dreamcast were all huge RPG and fighting game like consoles. They were great for that.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like my first. Like I was poor growing up, so I didn't really have consoles.
Sure. Yeah, I never had Nintendo growing up.
Yeah, so I had friends that had them, and I'd play theirs.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like.
Oh, so you were ahead of me. I didn't have friends.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a joke.
California.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are my favorite. I still have all of them. Ridiculous amount of games, ridiculous amount of consoles. They're all boxed up and wrapped up and put away.
Yeah.
But getting back to it, if I think about how much time I spend on video games, if I were just...
It hurts, yeah.
Yeah, I think the cat's trying to get in.
I mean, honestly, even to this day, if I put in as much time on bass guitar that I do on video games...
You still play a lot of video games?
I do. I like have a...
Path of Exile?
No, right now I'm really, really stuck on Valheim. Which is, if you took, like, Skyrim and Minecraft and made it one game...
I do like Skyrim.
That's Valheim.
I like Skyrim, but I couldn't really do Minecraft. I don't have that, that builder's mind.
Ooh.
Kids that are good at, like, Legos who...
Oh, yeah, man.
I really would just, like, in Minecraft, just keep digging. And
you didn't want to build anything?
Digging. I mean,
Cave diving?
I really just kind of kept digging and digging.
It's adventurous.
It is, but I mean, I think I liked Skyrim a lot more. Skyrim, Fallout, all the Elder Scrolls that you can just kind of just keep walking, and then you're like, oh, is that a door in the side of a cave? Yeah, let's go down there. Let's see what the fuck's down there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you can not play it again for a week, and then go back to it, and you know, it's not like a super time sensitive game. You can
it's not linear.
Yeah, you can just hop in, pop in anytime you want. You're good to go.
For sure.
Wander off into random areas, same way as Fallout. Just wander, and then you see something cool, you go up. You know, if you get your ass kicked, and you know you're probably not supposed to be there.
I'm surprised you don't like Minecraft then, because it's not linear at all.
Yeah,
it's very much a wandering.
It is, but it's really into the building aspect. The building is, and I've never really I wasn't a kid that really like played with Legos or really anything like that.
That's okay. I'm not here to judge.
I wasn't the builder.
Yeah.
I was the fighting game guy. I
was a drawer. 4 GameCube.
Yeah, I think that was
one.
I think that was 2.
Was it 2? Oh, I'm thinking of Resident Evil 4 for the GameCube. Got my 2s and my 4s mixed up.
Yeah. Soul Calibur 2. That's one that had Link in it on the GameCube.
It did. Spawn
on the Xbox. And
that makes more sense. I never had.
Who was on the PlayStation? Heihachi, Tekken.
Don't know. I only ever played the GameCube version.
I didn't have a GameCube till I was like 30.
Oh, I never had one.
The first song he learned was Pink Floyd's song. Right on. He's out PS5, picked up a guitar. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just play and play and play.
Yeah, don't stop playing ever. Like
I had a roommate that every day when he got home, like I wouldn't even hear him come in the house. I would just hear when he got off work. I would just hear his guitar playing. He would play it all night until he goes to sleep, and then I would know when he woke up in the morning because I could hear his guitar. And that was just every day for the couple years I lived with him.
Style. I should be inspired and change my life around.
Yeah, but I mean, something's got to give. You know, if you're putting all this time in this, other things are going to. You got to find some balance. You know? If you just do that, you know, maybe his hygiene or his love life or his finances or there's something that's going to get behind.
So that's the reason my love life is just tanked right now.
You're like, I'm slapping.
Oh my God!
I'm slapping bass. I ain't got no time for you, homeboy. I
am finding answers to the universe on this show. I need to come on more often. Got it. Okay.
Something's got. Life is about balance, you know.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Do you do much off subject? Do you do much Marvel?
No, not at all. No.
Do you know anything about any of that?
Nothing. I know nothing. I'm not against it. I just.
It feels like you were kind of giving off some nerd vibes. That's why I hopped into that.
Sure. No, and I do. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, heavy nerd vibes for sure.
But you don't even watch any of the Marvel stuff?
I'm very selective of the thing. I have an addictive personality.
Okay.
And upon learning that, I choose the things that I become addicted to or
Balance.
obsessed with very carefully. So for me, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get into that stuff because how is it going to benefit my life? I personally can't find a reason. Whereas PC video games, my finger dexterity is like miles ahead of a lot of people because of like, you know, WASD. Come on, guys, you know.
Is that true? Is that why you're trying to justify it with your...
That is my horrible justification, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Mine's
that's
all-
kind of where I pick and choose.
It's
things.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Watching shows. I watched The Eternals last night.
I've heard mixed reviews about it.
Well, it made me think about things. Is the only thing. Well, you haven't watched any of it, so you don't really
No.
probably get any of the references. But yeah, I watched that, and then there was Endgame movie, the Avengers Endgame, and then there was a character Thanos, big purple guy.
For Marvel, I've seen the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
and Black Panther.
Okay.
All three of those are amazing movies. Loved them. And I don't think I've seen any other Marvel movie. Now that I think about it.
So possible spoilers. So if you haven't seen either Endgame or...
Wait, what's the one with... Does Thanos kill Black Panther? Whatever the one
That's
is
cancer.
where Thanos has... Who's the green girl from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, Gamora.
And doesn't he kill her or something?
He kills half of the universe.
So that first... I've seen that one where
Okay, that was the one right
Chris
before...
Pratt is trying to save her, but then he can't save her.
Yeah. I think
I've
that
seen
was
that
Infinity Wars.
I've seen that one.
Yeah. So the one follow-up of that one is Endgame. So
Yeah.
Thanos is like, hey, the world needs balance.
Right.
We're overpopulated. Resources are diminishing. So he feels like it's his purpose to give balance again. And he basically gets these stones that will allow him to snap half of...
The Infinity Stones.
Right, that allow
Yeah.
him to snap half of life. That's humans, animals, everything. Snap half of it out of existence.
Okay.
To give the strong, and it's indiscriminately, it just...
To cull the...
half.
Yeah, to cull the population.
So that's what he wants to do. And in Eternals, you find out that Earth is basically this giant womb for this celestial ancient being that's going to be born out of it. And the more that humans grow on it, technology increases and humans and populations get massive. That's what this thing feeds on. And when it reaches a certain point, it will birth and destroy. It's basically the size of the planet, so it'll explode out of the planet and everybody will die. So people were saying that Thanos, the reason why he wanted to get rid of half of the population is to slow down these things basically coming out of planets and destroying the planet. So
in his eyes, it was I kill half the planet or the whole planet dies from the birth of the...
Yeah, so he says I can kill half of the universe and keep all of these things from popping out and just people were trying to justify saying that he was a good guy. We're getting off on a tangent. But that's what we do on the show.
That's okay.
That should be the name of the show.
Tangent's my middle name.
It should be called
And
Tangent.
I'm kind of siding with Thanos right now. I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Just kind of indiscriminately. I mean, half of everybody. So half of everybody just cease to exist.
If I
pick.
made that choice, I would choose myself to go as well because that seems like the honorable thing to do. But I mean, if that's what the universe needs, maybe.
When you have siblings?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. An even number, an odd number?
I mean, great leaders have to make big decisions sometimes. I don't know.
You don't get to pick which siblings. I'm sure you have some favorites.
Dang.
Half of them are gone.
Well,
There's only one more.
Okay, let's change the subject.
But
Got weird really quick.
But you get the idea. It's indiscriminately. It gets rid of half.
Yeah.
So people were trying to justify that maybe he was kind of like a hero and anti-hero.
Okay.
It's totally unrelated to music or beer.
Is it though? Okay.
A little bit.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, she said Gamora.
Gamora, thank you.
Yeah. Gamora. Green bitch.
Green bitch.
So, of the first beer that we tried, what'd you think about it?
Yeah, I liked it.
It's sweet.
It's sweet.
A lot of
I was
sugar.
just creating conversation. It's a good sweet. It's very likable.
27 grams.
Very soft. It's not crisp. There's no bite. You could probably eat dessert with this easily. Well, actually, that might be too much sugar. If you got a sweet tooth,
That's a fuck ton of sugar.
if you have a sweet tooth, get a hot brownie and have this cider. Otherwise, it just might, go good with any meal. It's just very easy to drink.
It is.
What's the alcohol content?
6.5.
Okay.
6.2.
Didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be lower, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It doesn't taste like it would be 6.5.
Mm-mm.
Tastes like it'd be like you said, a
5
bit lower.
or something.
Yeah, or 4 or 5 or something.
Yeah.
So this getting back to they lost their bassist. They're like, you know our music, come in and do it. Would you say that if that didn't happen, you still would have gotten into music in some sense, or maybe just not the bass?
Well, I guess it's so hard to tell what life might have brought, but I'm gonna go with a hard no.
You wouldn't have done music?
I don't think I would be as involved so deep down the rabbit hole that I am now. My passion at that time was film, photography, cinematography.
I fuck with film.
100%. And to be honest, I am debating going back to school for that career.
So when you say film, are you actually referring to... are you referring to
color grade? I want to get into color grading and be a colorist.
Like making LUTs and stuff for videos and photos?
Not necessarily like filter apps, but I'm talking like major motion picture, to be a colorist.
Okay.
Or, cinematography to be an actual cinematographer would be great. Actually DP or something. But the more I just kind of fuck around with my camera and, I'm in Photoshop or Lightroom or whatever, I love spending hours playing with the different color options.
Just kind of I just changing shit up.
Love it. Yeah. Right now I'm really into sci-fi looks, noir, ambient type of content.
What's the name of the movie? They did a lot of it. Blade Runner.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely.
Blade Runner's definitely 100%. Noir. It's got that
100%.
kind of neon, synthwave kind of vibe.
Totally. Yeah.
Just take an old 1930s detective film and put it in a dystopian synthwave.
Yeah. Speaking of that, BioShock Infinite was an amazing game.
I didn't do Infinite. I did BioShock 1 and 2.
Cool. I missed out on those, and somehow I just started with Infinite, and that's the only one I played.
But they're kind of their own, except for 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are they're together. It's sequel, prequel kind of deal.
Yeah. Infinite.
Great.
I had a good time. I could see knowing had I known 1 and 2, it probably would have been a cooler experience. But I still had a good time. But back to your main topic. We're going off on a tangent again.
That's why I love it though.
Yeah. No, I don't think I would be here playing music had that not.
You'd still be in California. I feel like with your
hard question. That's a tough question. I don't know. I don't know. California is an interesting place. It's very. Let's choose my words wisely here. California will teach you how to work really hard, but you will get upset at how difficult it is to prove yourself to California. It is so cliquey. It's very cliquey. It's very, very hard. Don't get me wrong. I have amazing friends, in California. And it will always be home. But it's a very tough economy to come out unscarred. We'll say that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a very saturated it's kind of like, being a country star and moving to Nashville and wanting to make a name for yourself, but on a much larger scale.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything that's anything.
More expensive scale.
Yeah. So if you wanted to, I'm going to be a movie star, you're going to move to California. Or if you're in tech or you're into, Silicon Valley kind of stuff, you're going to move out towards California. If you're...
Right.
music in general, a lot of people, I'm guessing, California has an amazing scene for that.
Yeah, I would say, early 2000s, yeah. Today, I don't know if it still reflects the potential for success. I feel like there's a lot of other cities out there really pushing the bar and blooming in really beautiful ways. Like Austin is such a cool city for tech, for music. I'm not sure how the film scene is there.
What's up, Tim Kim?
And Nashville, where we're at. I mean, music, the film industry is exploding here.
Yeah.
Tech is starting to move in here. I'm really,
We're
really
getting
excited.
like Oracle right soon.
Yeah, absolutely. That whole multi-billion-dollar deal.
Yeah.
That's exciting to see develop. Yes, I understand, the problems that do come with it. Everything going up. But if you just kind of look at like the other cities that are happening, I mean, this is what civilization's about. It's, flourishing and evolving and building and doing really great things. And I think it's really cool. And I think California hit its peak. I think it plateaued. I don't think it's necessarily crashing. I'm not going to say that, but I think it's just kind of this stagnant thing happening out there.
Yeah.
I think that's the most non-controversial thing I can say right now.
It's not like you're going to get banned from California for
No, but I mean, I don't want to break hearts out there. I do love California. I really, really do. Just when I think of it, I just personally don't find a connection there anymore. With people, yes. With people, I absolutely find a connection with in California. Old homies and, family and stuff. But as a individual looking for a career, I don't see anything in California anymore. But yeah, but it's geographically very beautiful.
Oh yeah, anything you could want. Like literally, they have a massive coast. It's half coast. So you got everything from like rocky pebble beaches, to sandy beaches, to mountains and ski resorts, to
Desert.
Death Valley and
Volcanoes. It's a volcanic state, and a lot of people forget that.
I mean, it's wild that I could go. One of my last trips, 3 trips ago, I was in Death Valley. I was driving up to Canada, and it's popping through state park. So just within a couple hours, I go from 114 degree weather to being in Yosemite and walking through snow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Fuck yeah.
And it's just, it's so vast, anything you could want. Like as
totally.
far as like nature
Nothing beats
goes.
the redwoods. Have you been to like redwood country at all?
Yeah, so I went up, I went through Sequoia and then went through the redwoods and the Shasta Trinity and beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going through the coast, the West Coast, as far as beaches go, are like my favorite. Like, I don't know, I love them. Like, going up in near, like, Victoria, Vancouver Island.
Okay.
Utah, or not Utah, but Oregon and Washington, North California beaches, like, beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at massive redwoods, there's waterfalls falling into the ocean.
For sure.
Driftwood everywhere.
Yeah. Like,
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Ours are just covered with diapers and, like...
I'm very biased when it comes to California geographical beauty and state parks. I haven't traveled a lot, but I can only imagine, like... I think it's probably the best in the country.
No, I can say that.
A lot of people like to argue these mountains are better and this state's great for mountains, and I'm like, but have you been to Yosemite? Like, when I moved here, the trees made me really sad.
They're so tiny.
They're so small here. I think I had like a running joke for like my first month living here. I was like, yeah, so there's a lot of bushes in Nashville,
Country. Mountains are really just hills.
Mountains are hills, yeah, for sure.
Just bushy hills.
But it's a different kind of beauty. There's a lot of greenery here that I didn't have in my hometown of California.
Are you south or?
Central. Dead center, Fresno, California.
I dodged that last time I was in that area.
That's okay.
'Cause I was coming up from Yosemite and I drove through all of Yosemite. I did a bunch of hikes and stuff. But there's a long drive that'll take you out, and I stayed in some hostels and some hotels, and then was going up and trying to find a cool place to stay in. And I was like, I've heard of Fresno, let's check it out. And then I started pulling onto some of the bigger streets, and I was like, maybe not. The hostels were kind of expensive. I was like, ooh, maybe not. So I popped into a coffee shop and then just like looked at other places to go and booked a camping spot in the Shasta Trinity Woods and just kind of beelined it northeast or northwest. And hiked through there. Still beautiful. No matter where you go, throw a rock and you've got something pretty.
Oh, totally, yeah. If you ever find yourself in Fresno again, let me know and I'll tell you where to go.
It just seemed like a...
So I could count on my hand, but yeah.
It just seemed like it was kind of busy, and I didn't really I was dodging all kind of big towns. I was going to like really small towns. I was going to like Bishop and just like just really small, just hole in the wall.
Did you get to drive through Oakhurst?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like after I went to Shasta, I kind of went through like Crescent City and that kind of like all those towns across the coast, all the way until I got to Oregon and hung out in like Corvallis and.
What up, Tim?
Tim Kim.
Tim Kim. What's
from
up,
our
Tim
hometown.
Kim?
He actually owns Viet Pho. He's a longtime childhood friend of mine.
Oh, cool. Okay.
He owns a beautiful Vietnamese pho restaurant, amazing food, bone broth.
What city?
Albany, Georgia.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Little shout out, Tim.
Yeah, look, Tim's awesome.
Cool.
But
whenever there, I'll try it.
You're never gonna go to Albany.
You never know.
You have no reason to go to Albany.
What if I'm on tour and I'm driving through?
Only way is if you're on tour with Luke Bryan and he says, I want to go home. I want to go home for a little bit. And you're like, well, fuck, I guess if Luke Bryan wants to go home.
I mean, if Luke wants to go home, we'll go home.
But
okay.
That's pretty much Albany, or Lee County. That's where he's from.
Okay.
He's talking about dirt roads. That's pretty much a lot of what we got. I sounded really country saying that.
You did. The accent was really shining through.
Tim Smith, what's up? Nope.
Tim Smith, the long-lost cousin of Tim Kim.
Yes. Same first name.
Yeah. Cool.
Tim Kim.
Cool.
Sister's name? Kim Kim.
Kim Kim? Really?
Kim Kim.
No. Tim Kim, can you confirm that your sister is Kim Kim?
He has many sisters. 2 brothers. He's the only one that had the Tim Kim name.
Okay.
She had Kimberly Kim.
It's taking a while to respond.
Viet Pho is great. So, getting back to the music, because the show is all about segues and getting distracted. I have ADD, it happens.
Me too. So yeah.
This show's not going to go anywhere. We're just going to be completely like, hey, what about Fall Off? No. So, you started with these guys playing in this band. You said that if you wouldn't have gotten involved with them, chances are you wouldn't have gone into music. You would have gone into video or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
Where was I going to go? So, you were playing with these guys. Did you stay with them for a while, or was it just kind of like you tried it out and then you were like, did you just kind of continue with music after that? Was it like a non-stop kind of music?
No. It was a very rocky roller coaster, actually. So...
Did you play with them for a while, though?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the quickest way to sum this up. It's a long saga. It's an odyssey, really. Yeah, so they were also the worship band at the church I was going to. So they were the worship band, but then they had like a rock band, And so I got invited into that, and then that ended up turning into the worship band. Kind of did that for a little bit. Then who was it? Myself, the drummer, and the guitar player. Drummer and guitar player were brother and sister, by the way. Sister was older than me. Drummer was a little bit younger than me, not by much, like a year.
It's a Mission Brewing Company. This is their gluten-free IPA.
This one's really good. You can find this at Melrose. Melrose. Melrose is the street. You can find this at Melrose. That's where I discovered it. This is actually my go-to gluten-free beer, the IPA. They have a lighter version.
Yeah, they had a lighter one, the pale ale.
It's trash.
I
shouldn't say trash. That's mean.
They have some kind of golden ale. It's a beer for everybody. So if you're like,
yeah,
you're like, well,
But this IPA is really good.
I got a gluten problem. I can't have it. But I don't like IPAs. You know, they'll get the light beer. There's a light beer version.
Yeah.
So.
Totally. I'm not a fan of it, but it is out there if you want it. But I like the IPA version better.
Yeah, let's try it.
Cheers.
Gluten-free.
Second beer of the evening.
Crafted to reduce gluten. Beer fermented from barley grain containing gluten.
And it's got a barley bite.
Yeah, so crafted to reduce gluten. It says gluten content of this beer cannot be verified. This beer may contain gluten. It says gluten reduced.
That's fine. That's great. It's perfect.
This is Portland, Oregon. Shout out to Portland. I do like me some Portland,
It's probably being made in a facility with gluten beers,
yeah.
where just particles in the air. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. That's why it says like if you need no gluten, obviously you're not gonna grab a gluten reduced.
Right.
But you've had it before. It says bold and hoppy.
Bold and hoppy, real
So
hoppy.
You're with this church group. It's a brother, sister, and you.
Yeah, so we did that for a minute. Then it's like 15 to 20. And then at 20, moved out on my own for the first time with the drummer and the guitar player. And we brought a 15-year-old with us. He rented a room out from us as well. Jesus, love you, man. Hope you're doing good out there. I believe you're in Sacramento still. Miss you, buddy. And Jesus was the shit, though. He was, like, holding it down. He had a job. Like, this 15-year-old was kicking ass. Okay?
I mean, there's legends about... There's tons and tons of stories about bands bringing in just young, like, savant style, just really talented kids.
He
like
wasn't
the
even a
Beatles, for an
musician.
example.
He just lived with us.
Oh, he didn't play?
No, not at all. He just needed a spot to stay. He had a bit of a tragic story. He didn't really have anyone. And the government was like, he was getting money from the government off of it. His dad died and he was getting money off the government. So we took him in as a little brother, kind of adopted him. And probably partied too hard, but we won't go there. And it was good times. He kept us in check. I will say that. He kept us in check.
The 15-year-old was like,
we did not let him drink. We did not let him do anything. I do want to make that clear on camera. It was good times. But yeah, so we all lived together for a minute. And I actually had stopped playing music at that time when we did move in together. You would think it would have, exploded, but no, it was opposite. We all got really busy with life. And then that's when I was going to Los Angeles a lot, trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. I was a 911 operator at the time. Okay. And I almost fully went into criminology because of that job. I actually went to college for criminology. Yeah. Dropped out after my first semester because I was like, fuck this shit. No. And also being a 911 operator kind of fucked up my mental health for a very long time.
Like PTSD from that kind of stuff. You just hear stuff that nobody gets to hear.
I could go missing if I give you, like...
Yeah.
But police officers are bad people. Anyways, I got real fucked up.
Sam used to be a police officer.
Yeah, I had never smoked weed in my life until that job.
Then you were just token up at
I
work.
think I smoked weed for the first time in my life at like 21 or 22 years old.
Yeah.
21. And, haven't turned back since, guys. It's a great medicinal supplement, let me tell you. But yeah, anyways, so we lived together. I'm trying to wrap this up. We're going off on tangents again.
You're good. Run it.
And that's when I was like realizing criminology was not for me. Decided to try to do film again. Realized maybe this isn't for me. I did a couple of gigs in LA a bit. Worked for ABC, Disney, National Geographic on a couple projects. That was kind of cool. Did some red carpet photography mostly. And we got some more comments. What is up? Yes! Buddies in the house. I love it. Burning Hammer 1985 is my buddy Steve-O from my hometown. I miss you, buddy.
Fresno?
Super here. What?
You say Fresno?
Fresno. Yeah, super glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. I'm on the saga of the no tones. We're about to get into the no tones right now. You know all about this.
No tones, like
the no tones. Yeah. Like Fresno, no tones.
Oh.
Yeah, like that. So So anyways, yeah, so I did a little bit of a film stint, and I was really young and shy, and I wasn't fully grown into confidence, and so LA kicked my ass at that time.
I could imagine.
I was too nice for that city, and I was like, I'm not the wolf that I need to be, right? So I decided to go back home, moved in with those guys, and then the drummer, he had a reggae band. I'm not particularly a fan of reggae at all, but they're my buddies. I'd go to their shows. They'd practice at our house, so I knew all their music. And again, Erica, our bass player, just went off to college. I think he went to Fullerton down in Los Angeles or something. And like, will you fill in for a couple gigs? A couple gigs turned into 4 fucking years.
You were official.
I was official, and we were a little old, not too old. We're a little old, we're not too old, Steve. But so did that for about 4 years. That ended up being pretty much the party years of my life. We're talking like a person who was really good up until 21, and then that house happened and the No Tones happened, and my life was like...
That was the reggae band's name?
Yeah, and then my life was just like... Whoosh, whoosh. There's like a roller coaster of just like...
Shout out somebody.
Infinity Stones. Like every other day I was like, half alive, half something else. Don't know. But they were great.
Says, shout out Montanez. Right?
Yes, the drummer.
Oh.
Tony Montanez. Oh man. See, I'm bad, and I didn't really promote this. I wasn't really too sure what to expect.
Next time.
I didn't know there were going to be links involved. I didn't know.
Next time.
I didn't know this was a video stream.
Next time, I'm going to have it well in advance. I'll have links. I'll have posts.
There's also supposed to be another host, but he's just under the weather right now. He'll be back, and I think that's when we'll do like a part 2.
Yeah, and we'll have some music, and then we'll have
the return of.
Yes, we'll have music. We'll have a better background. We can always meet up somewhere for like coffee, and then kind of just like take some notes and just kind of come up with ideas to do for an episode.
Yeah.
You can even do a one-off episode of D&D if you want to.
Oh man. Oh, the beginnings.
Oh boy. It'd be done.
Yeah, it'd be over.
You're going to give it up. You're like, I remember this one time, for a long time, I used to be a bassist, and then I started playing D&D, and that was it. Full-time D&D-er.
But if it pays...
It doesn't pay.
I'm down. No?
It pays you in entertainment.
Okay.
And then you drink beer while you do it. So you don't have to drink beer.
You just
but
have
I
to
feel
get
like
a shtick, though. You got to get like you dress up as something and put
I
on a
don't
show, and then
none
you
of that
Twitch
shit.
it up, because Twitch is all the rage or something.
We are on Twitch currently.
Okay, cool.
That's where Siva's watching.
Okay.
He's on Twitch.
Cool.
Yeah, no, Twitch is cool because it's live, so people can tune in anytime. They can ask questions. I got my phone number up, so if they want to call in and talk shit, they can do that. They have before.
Oh my gosh. Should I put your phone number on... Let me do it. Oh shit, there's the Montanez. Damn, I don't have a Twitch account, so I can't comment, but I'm checking in and all that. Tony's watching! Wait, Tony, are you watching? Oh, holy shit. Are you watching? We won't focus too much on this. We gotta stay in the moment here. But, can I post your phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a phone number I use just for the show, so if you try to call it outside of it, it's probably not going to work for you.
Got it. Okay. Let's do create. Wait, what is it?
It should be on top of that screen.
Top of the screen. 229?
Yep.
229.
854.
No.
3532. Do I have it up there right? Yes. So yeah, they can call in, they can chat it up. So you're with the No Tones.
Yeah, so that was the No Tones saga. I will say that was probably when my bass playing went from like little baby root notes to like up there. I don't even know how to gauge
So was
that.
it the reggae that did that, or was
Fuck
it?
yeah, dude! Like reggae bass lines are really intricate.
I feel like that's all. I mean, I feel like
they can be. They can be and they cannot be.
I feel like reggae without a bass isn't like it. That bass is kind of like what's driving. It's what's driving. It's the engine that drives the whole thing.
Yeah. And I was really, really fortunate to be not in a normal reggae band. I would classify us as like West Coast reggae. It had a lot of soul and hip hop like influence in there. So you had a ton of like jazz progressions, but like in reggae rhythmic patterns. And 100% that band made me evolve into the potential being that I have become now. And I would definitely not be here once again without that band. Without any of my previous bands, in all honesty.
What you're saying is if you're a wannabe bassist, pick up some reggae, start 100%. Playing some reggae, and you're going to advance faster than you should.
So much. Like, if you don't like reggae, just put that shit in a drawer, lock it up, get over your ego, and learn some reggae bass lines. 100% will level you up. It's all about that backbeat, that pocket.
Taking that bass for a walk.
That's right. That's right. Fusion.
That's what it is, yeah. It's like reggae, jazz, hip-hop, soul fusion.
Yeah, 100%. And that's funny, too, because I was never really into fusion music until, like, later in life when I got older and started to, like, really respect the craft that went into it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's weird getting older, you know, because when you're young, I don't know, a lot of that stuff just really just, I don't know, maybe I just didn't have the mind to enjoy it. But literally, I could be like in an elevator, and I'd be like, "Ooh, ooh."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Damn!" And it's literally just like music, but it's just like, boom, boom, boom. It's like, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right, I hear you." And just being in an elevator, just being an old man, just jamming to music.
Totally.
And as a kid, I'd be like, "God, this fucking music, man." Or I'd be like, you know, listening to hold music, and I'm like, "Ooh, okay."
Yeah. Oh, I was actually on hold today with a company out in California, and the hold music was like this house beat, right? But then the lyrics were something that I couldn't decipher, but my brain started to decipher and interpret. You're on hold, please keep waiting. But it was like going with the music, but I was like, okay, I know that's not what they're saying, but it kind of sounds like what they're saying. And my brain just transformed it. And then I thought, what if that could be like a category of music that I could create? Like hold music, where like they're fully fledged, like massive compositions, you know, really good music. But then the lyrics are like, please keep holding, we appreciate your patience, or something like that. And it was just like, made you kind of like think you were like in the Twilight Zone a little, like, are they talking to me? Like, wait, what is it? What are these lyrics? You know, like, because sometimes when you're on hold, you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
I get on my phone, I'm like scrolling through apps when I'm on hold.
It's like
yeah,
Kenny G.
So you're like kind of tuned in, but kind of not. I don't know. I think there's a market that's untapped.
Yeah, it's a very.
I think there's an untapped
Well, honestly,
market.
it's always about the niche markets that are the ones that. There's a guy that I'm going to be having on the show probably sometime, maybe 3 months from now, when it starts to warm up a bit. But anyways, he does photography, very niche photography. You might actually know him since you worked at Butchertown for a while. Seth Castile. He does dog photography, but he does. He sits at the bar every day. If you saw
he's
him,
a regular.
Yes.
Oh yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but he does dogs like right when they jump in the water,
Oh,
underwater.
Okay.
And like Elon Musk has bought his photos, been in National Geographic. He's like New York Times bestseller of his books that he's done with the photos.
I wonder if this is the same Seth I'm thinking of. It's gotta be.
Seth Castile, he owns like a DeLorean that he drives around sometimes. Super
Maybe.
nice guy, glasses.
I'm familiar with a regular named Seth who always sits at the bar. I just didn't know that was like his thing, you know? Yeah! Oh, I didn't know that's what he did.
Yeah.
I instantly thought of those photos when you said that. That's him?
He found a niche.
Whoa! Show that to the camera because everyone in the world has seen these photos.
Everybody has seen these photos. Let's
show that.
Let's bring up.
I didn't know that's what Seth did. That's so cool.
Let's see. Is it this camera? Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's seen those photos. Go to the one with the black lab.
That's sad.
Yo, we're just up here just fucking hyping Seth's game up right now. That's what friends do, right?
Yeah, no, super cool guy.
Yeah, those are cool photos. Yeah.
Yeah, so he found a niche. Like, nobody was taking those photos. And it kind of fell into his lap. He was helping dogs at, like, pounds and stuff. Like, have better photos, like glamour photos, so they can increase their chances of getting adopted. Because when they come in, they kind of just snap a photo of them. The dogs are scared. And so somebody was like, hey, you should take a photo of my dog. And then it just went from there. Yeah. And
That's
then now
amazing.
he's, I think he's got like 10 books now. He's been, they're all on his photos. Like,
That's amazing.
He's done some great work. He's done TED Talks.
Cool.
But yeah, it's that niche photography, like, or just anything that's niche. Like finding a gap, something, a need for something. Mm-hmm. And it, fulfilling it basically.
Yeah, totally.
Like the drag photographer, they're in town.
Yeah.
He's probably like the only one that just specifically photographs drag.
Got you. Okay.
I'm sure you'll find plenty of boudoir and like landscape and portrait, wedding photographers, and you'll find all of that. But
Totally.
the niche, like holding music.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's got to be an on-top market. Like, specifically holding music like that is so well done, you would think it could win a Grammy if the lyrics weren't so silly.
You're just like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I get it. You should do it. You sure it hasn't been done? Like legit holding music.
Okay, so this event happened today. This revelation happened today. I have some research to do, so we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. So.
That'd be insane that if, like, you've got your thing you got going on now, you're working with awesome people currently, and you end up making this music, and then pretty much most companies just grab up this whole music and ends up becoming, like just super...
That's kind of how life works though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you think you're on a path that you have determined this is my fate and this is what's going to happen. And then out of nowhere, life just spins you around in that chair and a leg breaks off and you fucking fall over and now you're sitting on the ground doing something cool. I don't know. That was a weird explanation.
No, I get it though. I get it.
You know
it
what
resonates.
I mean? Yeah.
It resonates. That's the same thing Castile, like the guy we just talked about.
Yeah.
What is it, Goob? Yeah, he started out, like I said before, taking photos at like pounds and stuff. Yeah, he just wants attention.
I'm gonna try.
He'll run. Oh, snatching him up.
Oh boy, who's this?
That's Gooby.
This is Gooby.
Here, we'll go to camera. We'll go to that camera.
Gooby's on air. Does Gooby usually not let people?
Sometimes he's still a young boy.
Okay. There we go. Official guest. Look at this. Oh yeah. There we go. There you go. It's okay.
Just getting all up in the camera. Let's go to the camera too.
I don't want you to knock something over. I think I'm gonna put Gooby down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Gooby down. I have a feeling this is gonna go bad.
It could. It's technically Gary, but he's...
Gary?
Yeah, his name is Gary.
Like SpongeBob?
I guess so. It's Leah's cat. He's still a boy. I think he's about to be one soon.
I think I've seen one episode of SpongeBob my whole life, maybe two.
Surprisingly adult.
That's what I have heard.
There's stuff in there you get as an adult, you'd be like, I see what you did there.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But Seth started out, he was working for Sony. He was working for Sony Pictures and helping with their marketing and all that kind of stuff. Working with all the A-listers, and he was, doing a lot of great stuff. And there's all these cats that were on the grounds. Just tons of feral cats in the area. And so he went out and bought a cheap camera and took pictures of the cats and posted them on Sony's official network, and he got in trouble for it. But he posted it on their network, and he got all of them adopted within 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
So he's like, okay. And then he did that again, and the same thing happened. And he's like, maybe there's something to this. And then started volunteering at pounds to help the dogs get adopted.
That's amazing.
And then it just escalated from there. And now he's full on photographer.
Cool.
Underwater.
Cool. That's awesome.
Like you said, it's wild the way that life works.
Yes.
I originally started the show, like, not that it's anything grand. I don't make money with this show. I hope it gets to a point where I hope it stays to where I don't make money.
You gotta get some sponsors going.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But I like that I don't make money with it. It costs me a lot of money, obviously. So
Sure. This is a pretty big setup here. I mean, you guys can't see this, but we've got camera 1, main camera 2. We've got multiple. These are. What are these?
That's just a monitor. That's just a secondary
it's just a
monitor.
small. Yeah, because it's not an iPad.
No.
Yeah.
It's just like a secondary monitor. It's really, really thin. Super thin.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
Up.
At first I was like, is that an iPad? I'm like, no, that's too nice to be an iPad and too large.
But there's just like all of this, like there's more cameras and lenses and cables and microphones and tripods. All that up there is all just lighting.
Oh yeah, I know. As
That's
somebody
green suits.
who
So
has
if you want to wear a full green suit.
chosen music and film to be my passions in life, I got you. We're broke all the time.
A lot of money goes into that.
A lot of money.
And that's like 99.9% of stuff me just by myself have bought just for the show.
Yeah.
Just because I mean, there's tons and tons of great people around, and I just want to talk to them, talk about how they got into it, drink a beer with them. If they don't drink, that's fine. It's not really about it, but just talking about people's passions. What are they passionate about? How they got into it. So we're gonna detour back. So
for the 10th time.
Yeah. It happens that time. It happens that way. So we're in Fresno. Correct?
Fresno, yeah.
Well, you said you're living in a house and you're playing in a reggae band, and and that's in Fresno, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The No Tunes.
No Tones.
No Tones. Yeah. And you progress so much as a bass player.
Oh man, yeah.
What from there? You know, I saw the thing with the Tangerines. The Tangerines.
You know that's a band from Seattle that moved to Los Angeles, and they hired me for one day.
Oh.
That was it. They flew me from Nashville to LA for a day. Well, not for a day, for a gig. I was there for maybe 4 or 5 days or something. So that's super funny. You found that one probably very, very specific.
I was trying to find videos to put in the background.
Yeah, I try to be elusive on Instagram, where I will post things and then archive them, and then pick really obscure things to leave forever that don't connect dots. I try to make it kind of hard to find my past. Not because I'm ashamed of it or I'm trying to get away from it. There's just there's a lot of weird people online, and I like my branding to be mysterious more than anything.
That's where we are. Fresno, what's up? Mac, what's going on?
What's going on?
I had Mac on the show. Mac came on actually when it was a much smaller show.
Wait, are you from Fresno, or is that just where you are right now?
So
what are the odds?
No, they lived in California, him and his wife. And I don't know why, maybe firefighting or teaching, I don't know, well, not teaching. There was some reason he came to Albany, and...
Give me the spark notes of why you're in Fresno currently. Give me the spark notes.
I think they're from there.
Version.
So he moved to Albany, and he started up a gaming bus.
Okay.
So like massive school bus, completely gutted, with chairs and benches and monitors all across one side of the wall, and then consoles, every current console. So people could come in and drive up to a location. Let's say it's a concert or some kind of venue, and he could pull up, and people can go in there and game online. And it was a great idea.
That's awesome. Okay, so you're from Fresno. I'm from Fresno. I graduated high school in, I'm going to date myself, 2004, Clovis West High School. Now it's your turn. Blowing his mind right now.
Yeah, no, Max.
He's like,
Max,
what the fuck?
Cool. We did an episode from the bus. He turned on the generator. We gamed. We talked about the biz.
Okay.
I think we wanted to go to his wedding, but I think maybe COVID or something happened that kind of slowed everything down, and then Jake and I both had invites to go to it, but I think it might have been COVID or something like that. That kind of just fucked everything up.
For sure.
It was because this is crazy. 2010.
San Joaquin Memorial. What's up? Okay. All right. So.
What memorial?
San Joaquin Memorial.
San Joaquin?
Joaquin, like the San Joaquin River.
Ah.
San
I was thinking
Joaquin
like
Valley.
Joaquin Phoenix or something.
That's how you pronounce it. Yeah, San Joaquin. There's like a massive ancient river that used to flow. So the whole valley is the San Joaquin Valley.
How close is that school to where you went?
Not close. I'm like at the north end in a Clovis Unified School District that is San Joaquin Memorial's Fresno Unified School District. Yeah, small world, absolutely. But that's awesome. That's so fucking cool.
Did you go in any reggae bands in Fresno?
were you a musician at all, or were you ever a part of the music scene, whether attending or playing, or I guess even the art scene? Art hop's a massive event in Fresno. So
there'll be like about a 20 to 30
cool.
second delay from what we have to what they have. So
totally.
Just some perspective. I'm gonna put my hand up and
Oh yeah, okay.
I'll go 1 and then see I haven't even started talking about the so you're looking at probably 30-second delay, somewhere around in there. Yeah, Burning Hammer, SJV. Popped in. It says my wife can sing. You may know her brother, a band called Dependence.
Yeah, Dependence. I've been to some of their shows.
Dependence,
yeah, absolutely. So for everybody who is watching at home, we do have 2 chat rooms. There's a Twitch chat room, which some people are in, and then what's the other chat room?
It's Facebook Live.
Facebook Live. Is this one?
That's Twitch.
Twitch, okay.
So if you're on Facebook and you want to watch Twitch, it's exactly the same thing. It's just the chats are a little different.
Yeah, it's I guess I'm only explaining because I have a Fresno friend in the chat, in the Twitch chat, and then this Fresno person in the live Facebook chat. Super cool. Yeah, small world. Small world.
So
yeah.
You said that you're playing in this reggae band. We're backing it up.
We were trying to start that again.
Yes.
Yeah, anyways,
Yes.
so I did that for a bit. Leveled up super hardcore in that band. Super thankful for that. And still to this day, I think some of the most talented musicians I've ever played with were in that band. On many, many different, levels of understanding when I say that. But so I'm trying to think what was after that.
I mean, did you kind of just stay in Fresno area, or
yeah, no, I stayed.
Like, when did the transition happen to where you came to Nashville, or where were you before?
Moved to Nashville in 2018. So everything from 2000, we're talking that era was 2007 to 2010, 2011.
So you hadn't really been in Nashville for that long, not really.
Coming up on 4 years as of Valentine's Day.
So all that time you were pretty much in Fresno, or at least in California?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, like the various bands would tour and stuff, but I was totally stationed, home base Fresno. Like, yeah.
No desire to move back to Fresno?
I would move back to Fresno if I had a lot of money where I could make a difference in Fresno. Open up a venue, or if I could, open up something that would enhance lives of the youth there. That's kind of like a dream goal that I don't think I'll ever be able to afford. Maybe one day, but that would be my reason to go back, is to contribute to the community. I would love to be able to do that. But going back to not bring anything to the table is not really in my plan at the moment.
I was just curious, just how that's where you spent a lot of time, and if you just kind of like left, like thinking of like Jake, being in Albany pretty much his whole life. If I asked Jake like any desire to move back to Albany, he's like, fuck no, I don't even want to visit Albany, let alone fucking live there anymore.
Yeah. I will say this, I have zero desire to visit Fresno, the city itself. I ache to visit my friends and my family. Like, I truly do. I haven't been back in over a year, and that might not be a long time for some people, but when you've spent your whole life somewhere...
Well, that's a hot-ass minute, yeah.
And you have gone through so much... It's magnified in what it does, you know, to your soul. But Fresno, the city, I don't give a shit about in terms of visiting. But the people there, oh man, I would kill to be able to go be at, you know, strummers drinking a beer and like running into friends. Like that'd be so awesome.
How would you compare their size? Because you know I've never been to Fresno.
It's the same size as Nashville.
Is it? So I drove.
Yeah.
I started to drive into it, and the streets started getting really big, and they started adding lanes, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And just kind of pulled off. So it's as big as Nashville.
Yeah. Like demographically, I think it's bigger. Population, I think it's the same.
That's my brother-in-law Tyler-ish. Talking about from
okay.
Dependence.
Very cool. Yeah, no, but Dependence was a badass band. Yeah, I've gone to a couple of their shows. My buddy who's in the Twitch chat room, he definitely knows Dependence as well. In fact, I think his band might have played a few shows with Dependence. That's so cool. That's
some old Steve-O.
Yeah, you know, old Steve over there in the other chat. I don't know if he's still there, but
So with the show, people pop in and out. Because
totally.
it is kind of a longer show, so they'll go do something and then come back.
Yeah, for sure.
So from the time from being in this reggae band, you said it was 4 years, right? It's supposed to be a temporary thing, but it ended up being around 4 years. So from there to
it was fun, man.
2018.
It was fun.
Like, is there any other bands or
all kinds of shit?
Really?
Yeah.
All kinds of strange.
Definitely. So next time I'll definitely bring you like a little sample of each band on a flash drive or something, and you can like actually hear
live through
the eras
ages
as
ago.
they progress. I was really into a lot of math rock and post-punk, so a lot of those types of bands came after the No Tones. So there was one band that I did like a very short stint with my really close buddies, Tony and Caleb, and we were called Sugar Wolves. And it was one of these moments where they had a band and they were recording some tunes that were rejected by that band. And they were like, you know, these tunes are so good, let's just record them at least. Yeah. And I was like, I think I was just like super depressed or something. I was like, can I just come and hang out? I'll bring beer. And they're like, yeah, of course.
Like our bassist Bill on us.
I'll hit the record button for you. And then as I'm sitting there drinking, on my way to blacking out, I suddenly was like, can I put vocals over this? And they were like, what? And it was like some heavy shit, like super heavy. And they were like, yeah, of course. So we wrapped up the band, the instruments, in a shed in Madera, California. And I'm talking like a shed. Like this was a little barn shed in the middle of a field. Because you know, San Joaquin Valley is all agriculture, like grapes, almonds, you know, stuff like that. And so we're kind of like on a farm area. And so we wrapped that up and I was like, you know, my family's out of town. Let's go do vocals at my house. We'll like set up a little sound booth in like the shower or something, get that natural reverb. And yeah, we did. By that time I was fully blacked out and I, to this day, don't remember anything that happened at my house.
So you recorded that whole... So what you're going to be bringing if you bring the Sugar Wolves, any of that?
I have it in my purse on a flash drive right now. But we're
all that was
already
recorded when you were drunk?
Yeah, blacked out. I don't remember doing it at all.
You're like... Hell yeah, I killed the shit out of that.
A lot of people will say that. I'm my own worst enemy, and I'm like, this is...
That's how it is with any artist.
This is insane, but people like it, so whatever. We never played a show. We never released anything. It was just a passion project, but it kind of went on for a little bit.
Says you are the only one who can still use that ancient nickname. Steve-O, I'm guessing?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Your nickname? Your nickname?
I'm guessing Steve-O.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does nobody else call him Steve-O?
I don't know. I mean, Steve, we go way back. We go way back. So
Yeah, Steve-O.
Yeah, okay.
So what do they call you, Steve?
Probably Steven.
Steven.
But
Steve's like a dad name.
What's up?
I said Steve is like a dad name.
A dad name?
Yeah, they're like, well, I mean, Steve versus Steven. Steve is like, that burger looks great, Steve. Thanks. I love that apron, Steve. Did you see that Braves game?
Whoa.
Hell yeah, I did.
Oh, my friends are super cool. He's super cool.
No, I'm just saying the name. I've got the name Brandon Smith. My little brother's John Smith. I can't say anything about names. One of my good friends is Tim Kim.
What were your parents doing? Come on.
They named their kid Kim Kim.
Oh, man.
It's just a name.
It's alright.
Just a name.
It's okay. I guess mine's pretty powerful. Erica. You don't get that often. And it's spelled correctly.
You don't get that often.
Yeah. But,
like Erica Badu?
Yeah.
That's spelled completely.
That's awesome, though. That's an awesome way. Sorry. I was thinking of something totally off tangent in the second grade, but yeah, I don't know. What are we talking about?
Sugar Wolves, your path.
Yeah, Sugar Wolves happened. That was awesome.
So what's going on in Nashville now?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Nashville.
where'd the Nashville move come from? We'll get to that. We'll skip past a decade of.
Yeah, we can.
You know, because you said that basically you were just playing in various bands and jamming and kind of cultivating your art, making friends, loving the Fresno life.
Yeah, and I mean, in each band after that, I would just obviously evolve and get better and learn more. After that was Light Thieves. Oh, who do we got? Hello.
Erica?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? It's Edson.
Dude, what is up, Edson?
What is up?
Oh, man, I'm so happy right now. Man, how are you?
I'm doing good. You know what? I just got home, and I seen that you were live and going some other spot, so I just thought I'd call, and I didn't think I'd get through, but hey, what's up?
Of course you would.
The phone's been ringing all night, so I'm happy you got through.
Oh, is that?
No, it's not true. We have had times when the phone was going crazy, but I think it's mostly people spamming on Twitch, and it was hilarious conversations. But I'm glad they haven't found me today. There was some guy who said he was like what did he say? He was a Crocs ambassador. One guy said he was calling from an insane asylum, and they give him one call a day. One guy got fired from an ice cream truck job. Yeah. Crazy times. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt y'all's thing.
Yeah, so, I mean, was there anything specific you want to talk about, or any questions?
Is he from Fresno?
Yeah, Edson's from Fresno. He's a phenomenal drummer.
Get out of here.
And,
were you in a band with him at some point? Friends?
No, I wasn't. I had to think about that, because you never know. It's Fresno. I fucking forget you black out sometimes, I don't know.
You played in bands one time.
Yeah, totally. We worked together, though, for a minute. Yeah.
I'm mainly a studio musician. I've been in bands here in town, but I source out. I have my own home studio. I do a lot of work in LA, New York. That's just my gig. And but it's been hard recently because I have twin boys, so I just had them. So I'm like scrounging to find my moment to actually release my musical frustration. So I do.
Yeah, man.
But,
I feel like drums are the perfect thing for that.
Oh, I do. I'm right there with you too. I totally believe that. And but it's finding the time to actually beat the hell out of them is probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
You're talking about the drums, right?
Of course.
Okay.
I would never lay a hand on my baby boy. No, yeah. But can you guys be a bit more clear of what I'm on right now? So I'm on a podcast, or what's going on right now?
So this is my friend, and they've got a podcast, and it's basically, the theme is we kind of pick a theme of adult beverages, and I chose gluten-free. So we got some ciders and we got one gluten-free beer, and then we just talk. We just talk about the guest's skill set.
Yeah.
Basically.
So, like, there's just tons and tons of skilled people no matter where you go, and a lot of them you might strike up conversations with them or have, you might know them for months or years and never know this other side of them, this passion or this skill. And I'm just I want to drink beer with these people and talk about what got them into it and talk about their passions and their goals and desires, inspirations, and that's basically it.
Yeah, and I have been
that's fucking awesome.
the honored guest tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, whoa, that's fucking awesome. Well, I'm glad that I guess I got through. One. Two, shit, that's fucking amazing. I'm all about it. I guess I have always been super busy in music. I've been touring since I can actually remember. My dad used to write for Selena.
Whoa!
Selena!
Selena's!
I love Selena.
Yeah.
Oh,
R.I.P.
whoa, this is royalty status right now.
Super R.I.P. My dad used to tour before I was born. Did the whole gig. And then when I grew up, I was his first kid. And I spent my entire childhood in studios growing up and just recording.
You pretty much had no other choice.
I really didn't know. I mean, honestly, like, to be super truthful with you, I fucking did not have any other choice.
I mean, when that's like been all you've known, then that's all. I mean, it'd be pretty hard for you to do anything else. Like, it's because it's become a core of who you are.
And you're 100% right. I mean, like, I don't know anything else. So it's like anything that I've done has been rounded about music. I met Erica working at Guitar Center.
227, what's up?
227, let's crack and keep them 11 tickets to a fucking minimum, you bitches.
Fuck. Shit.
So like, that's how I met Erica. Erica's fucking super fucking dope ass friend. I've fucking, like, known her before and working there, and amazing musician. I mean,
Thank you, man.
You're hanging out with her. So,
I'm surprised we actually never started a band, man.
Well, but you really have to realize that the times that we were really heavily in bands, like, we were in Like Thieves.
Yeah.
I was in the Girls. I was touring with the Salazar band. Like,
That's
was,
true.
Like,
our paths never fully lined up, yeah.
No, never. But I was always like, yo, my fucking people are doing some shit.
That's true. Likewise. Likewise, yeah.
So it was always pumping you guys up for the right reasons, because it was like, you guys are really fucking dialing your shit in, and forever what it was, you guys did some good shit. So, and
Thank
you're
you.
doing a bit better right now, so that is fucking amazing. I mean, overall, it's just been a fucking whirlwind of musicianship that just gets fed in. I feel like I try to get out of this thing to, like, try and, phase myself into some shit. No, there's no fucking way. No, guess what? Like, you get into something, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I need a session out here, but I'm in, like, Mexico, or hey, I'm in, like, fucking Europe, and either you crack your tracks or you come out here and you just fucking crack it.
Yeah, I think you kind of nailed it. We were talking the subject of had I not gone down the music path, what would I have done? Or had this one scenario not happened, would I still be playing music? And I had some answers, but hearing you talk, it's making me realize that the times I thought about walking away from music, or decided and did walk away from music always pulled me back. I never had a choice. And I feel like music has always wanted me more than I have wanted it. And it has not necessarily felt like a fate or destiny thing, but more of like, I have something to fulfill for something else. and I'm just kind of here for the ride, whether I like it or not.
Son of a bitch. Like, for real? Like, really though?
Yeah, dude, like 100%. I've tried to walk away from music so many times, and the universe pulls me back kicking and screaming every single time. And I'm not upset about it. I think I'm just feeling like I could have progressed further had I just accepted it from the beginning and just ran with it. You know what I mean? Versus like being so like just stubborn and kind of bitter, I guess.
Dude, so bouncing off of exactly literally what you're saying, like I thought I was being forced to do something by my dad. I felt like I was like, you know what, like I love music. I know I like music, obviously. I love it, so on and so forth, but I'm being forced into something that I don't want to do. But when I came off a tour, like my first tour, I was like 14, and I was like, I don't need to be home. Like, I was like, why am I home? So I jumped back on tour, and then I went from a salsa band to playing in a fucking heavy metal band, and it was completely fucking different, clearly, obviously. I mean, it was completely fucking different. But, like, jumping from this band to this band to this band, and then, like, being exposed to the studio and just being like, you know, like, okay, are we doing this track by track, or are you some real ass motherfuckers and we're about to do this shit on tape? You know what I mean? Like, like I was fucking trained without even knowing that I was trained for this type of shit. You know, like kudos to my pops. You know, he knew, and I guess he was trying to condition me, and I guess he fucking did for whatever the fuck it was about to roll out. But like, yeah, it was definitely like I struggle with that still to this day. Like, I'm like, well, should I fucking be doing this? Should I just fucking do this, or should I just record nonstop for myself, come out with whatever fucking music, invite all of my friends that I've known, you know, I'll call up fucking shit, so many fucking people, like.
Yeah, man, for sure. I totally see what I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like it's either like, am I gonna write some fucking music and just call my friends and just write some shit, take care of them, make sure everyone's taken care of, or am I gonna just be a part of this? So, I mean, yeah, I'm legitimately right in that little fucking barrier where I'm like, you know what? I actually have a 5-year plan, to tell you the truth. I'm actually moving to Nashville in 5 years. Once my twins turn 5, I'm moving to Nashville.
Why Nashville? That's incredible. First off, incredible. I'm super happy for you. But why Nashville? Just out of curiosity.
Because so there's 2 places, Austin and Nashville. Nashville, I say because I tend to find myself traveling there more often for work.
Do you? You fucking asshole. You've never hit me up. You told me you were coming, and I was like, yeah, man, absolutely. Hit me up while you're here. And then, and now I'm finding out that you actually come, and you've never actually hit me up?
Call his ass out.
You really have to realize that I'm legitimately there for not even a day and a half.
I get it.
Go there,
I get it.
My shit, and then I am out. If anything, I like lend like you guys really gotta do this, but I'm no one because I'm the fucking guy in the back just holding down the rhythm.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, Erica, I'm on 5th and Broadway. What should I eat around here? Well, a simple fucking. You know, ask me for a suggestion, and I'll be like, oh, fuck, Edson's here. Cool, I couldn't see him, but I understand. But no, not even that.
You know...
Now you're not going to know where the good tacos are here.
Well, you know what? It's been quite some time. I'm actually vegetarian. I don't fuck with tacos as much as I actually would love to. Actually, well, not to
You
say
can
that
eat vegetarian tacos?
Vegetarian tacos. You know what? Now I feel even more like a dipshit.
I just, I gotta give you shit. I love you. I'm just playing.
No. Hey, dude, I got so much love for you, and the fact that I seen this, and I was running around, and then I got home, and I was like, you know what? And I seen the number. Well, fuck it, I'm gonna call. I don't know what the fuck I'm calling, but here we are, having this fucking amazing conversation. Dude.
Yeah, man, thanks for calling in.
I'm so fucking proud of you, of what you're fucking doing. I've been trying to catch Joe. I've been trying to do this, and I'm sorry, sir. I don't know your name, but you've been speaking as well too. So, what's your name, man?
Yeah, I'm Brandon.
Brandon. Hey, Brandon. Nice to meet you, man. My name's Edson.
Edson.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, dude. It's you're probably sitting next to one of the best super vibey ass fucking bass players that I actually have the pleasure to actually know. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you guys are pretty solid. I mean, I would only imagine what the hell's going on, and you guys are doing this. So I'm actually pouring a cider right now.
We're drinking a cider.
Okay, so in a countdown from 5, we're gonna do a toast together. Ready?
Sweet.
Are you ready, Edson?
I'm so ready.
Cool. 3, 2, 1.
Salud.
Salud.
She said count down for 5. 3, 2.
So I did.
All right, so
I did, and then I realized it was just going to take too long, so I just.
Yeah, that's true. So currently we are drinking one called Blueberry Spaceship Box. It's a big old bottle. I don't know if you can see on this separate screen.
Are you watching the stream by chance?
No, I'm not, but I will right now.
It's okay.
So I'm going to show it off to the viewers. It's Blueberry Spaceship Box. It's a blueberry cider, apple cider with blueberry juice. It literally tastes like grape juice. It's good as shit. Logan Tyne wrapped this space hardest. Okay, I'm going to read off what the ABV is. It's 5.5%. I'm trying to see where it's from. It's from Prescott, Arizona. All right, so Edson, I got a question. Kind of off subject, but
what's up?
So if you could drink a beer with anybody throughout time, future, past, even somebody who's not even real, if you wanted to have a beer with a fantasy character, who would you want to have a beer with and why?
There's no fantasy about this. It would be Neil Peart because I'm the biggest motherfucking Rush fan. And I wish that I would have offered him a fucking cup of tea because probably this motherfucker never drank. So I was always about just being there and listening to their fucking whatever the fuck they were saying. So yeah, to answer your fucking question, it would be Neil Peart from Rush, drummer, and even though knowing he was never a fucking alcoholic or even drank fucking beer,
which is an anomaly in the industry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Especially when you get really far into it, you have these people who are just fucking on the road all the time, seeing thousands and thousands of people, multi-million-dollar records, these people who reach the pinnacle, for them not to be, drug addicts or, alcoholics is pretty impressive, to be honest.
Honestly, man, I couldn't even think of anyone else. Actually, yes, I could. The only other person that I would, but it's more on the trifling side because, I truly think that this motherfucker is one of the biggest trifling-ass motherfuckers ever when he was alive, and that'd be Jim Morrison of the Doors. I would love to put down a bottle of fucking Wild Turkey with his asshole, but...
Whoa, specifically Wild Turkey. I like that. Spicy.
I mean, he's the type of motherfucker that I'd pop like a bottle of wild turkey and throw the cap away because I knew the bottle was most likely going to be done by the end of the night.
Yeah.
It's funny because unrelated but slightly related. Jake, the guy who was supposed to be on the show with us, but he was feeling a little under the weather. He used to be in a Doors cover band.
Oh, cool.
And
Okay.
he used to wear like the leather pants and all that.
Oh my god, I need to see this.
Yeah.
So then he was Morrison.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Okay.
But he, there's no telling with Jake.
Because no one else wore leathers other than Jim in the band. So, I mean, if he committed that bad, or that well, I don't want to say bad, but I mean, I'm saying bad because if I wore fucking leathers, that would not be in a good situation.
Some chaps?
Yeah. It could be instead of it being a Doors cover band, it could just be a Jim Morrison band where every musician is actually just Jim Morrison, like dressed like Jim Morrison. And
Oh, shit. Are you talking about like,
The Moors.
like that one,
Morse.
like Ned Flanders cover band?
Oh,
What
yeah.
are they called?
But they're all Jim Morrison?
Yeah.
It's like it's some kind of like diddly ho kind of like that kind of. I'm trying to remember. He had
One of their members is actually a client of mine, and my mind was blown when he came into the office to pick up some stuff.
what is this? What somebody look up the name of this band. It's
Oh, like, I got it.
part of his phrase. It's like hi diddly ho neighbor or something like that.
I think it's Hi Diddly
So
Ho.
you're talking about the Flanders band, right?
Yeah. Oakley Dokley.
Oakley Doakley is the name of the band, though.
Yeah, there it is.
Fuck.
Yeah, but it's a Jim Morrison cover band where every person is just Jim Morrison.
But they're called the Moors.
The Moors.
Oh, okay.
This needs to happen.
The Moors.
That is not. No. Well,
I dig
that's
it.
interesting. You know what? Well, are they all wearing leathers?
What's that?
Fuck yeah.
They're all wearing leathers?
Yeah, fuck yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They all got long hair?
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
They all kind of fight for the microphone as well.
I'm just fucking around. That was the stupid last one.
No.
Not all of them.
None of them actually play instruments. They just do it with their mouth.
So they all just happen to stand around looking like fucking dog humor.
Yeah, they don't play instruments. They just all look as sexy as possible, and they just do the instruments with their mouth.
Wow.
So the bass
That's
person's
something.
just like bump 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 bump.
Yeah.
The drummers.
Yeah.
That
Is
is probably
somewhat of a
the most
beatboxer. The Moors.
impressive acapella band. Because all of a sudden, damn, I can hella picture that show. I mean, if they're good at what they do, all of a sudden be like.
Nice.
I mean, real thought, you know. Okay. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank
I
you for calling in,
appreciate it.
Edson. That made my night.
Hey, honestly, you guys, super good talking to you, Erica. Best wishes. And next time I'm in Nashville, I will reach out. I'm sorry.
Even if it's just a suggestion for where you should go get coffee or a beer. That's all I'm asking. I don't
Touch base.
I
Just
don't
touch
need a
base.
lot in life. I just need a little bit. That's it.
So you know me though, like I'm on that like I'd rather meet with you, take you out to lunch, have some fucking dinner, hang out, have a jam session. Do you have a studio available? Like
We'll figure it out, baby. It's Nashville. It's not hard. It's not hard.
If she don't have it, she knows somebody who
It's a phone
does.
call away.
Hey, honestly, real talk, being in that cover Hall & Oates band, my good buddy Austin, who's in some other like country band. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be going on tour with the country band later on this year.
Everyone does. It's okay.
And
Don't be ashamed.
I'm not ashamed. I'm just like, well, fuck, here we are.
Hey, money's money, but money's money.
Another year. Money is money.
Money's money. We're in our 30s. Go get it.
You got twins to worry about, you
Yeah.
know?
That's right, my people. You guys already know. Well, anyways, yeah, so I'll be in Nashville later on this year, like for multiple days. I'll be recording an album with them, but I'll be there for sure at least about a week at minimum.
Awesome, man.
So
hit me up.
Let's link up. I would like to meet you, bud, and we can go out so I can get some beers and hang out.
And then in 5 years, you'll be living here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's a part of the whole 5-year plan. So, well, actually 4 years now, because once my kids turn 5, we're doing it. So, yeah. 4 years
All right, so we're down to 4. Okay, all right. Well, I'll see you next 2 leap years or something.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have yourself a great night. I appreciate your time once again.
Yeah.
And, take it easy.
It's a pleasure. Have a good night.
Oh, Jake said that's a secret. Bye. I think he's referring to the
cover band?
The cover band.
Yeah, if anybody wants to call in, you're more than welcome.
If you would like to defend your honor, you can call in, Jake. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think you lost any honor, because I thought that was super cool.
Yeah, the Moors. They're all the Moors.
Hello, caller. Name yourself.
What?
You got to mute the thing you're watching, Jake.
Yeah, I'm trying.
What's going on over there?
How's it going?
It's going, man. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm just enjoying COVID. It's nice.
Oh no! Do you want me to go put like a cough drop at the top of the stairs for you?
No. I think I was really sad about getting COVID for about 5 minutes, and then I realized that I'm already getting better, but I'm still going to be off work for the whole fucking week.
Yeah.
And so, this is going to be a week of nothing, I guess. And
You get to sleep a lot and play a lot of, Fire Emblem.
I would play Fire Emblem, definitely.
Oh man, did you end up getting that tool that you needed?
Oh, for the thing, I did, yeah. But
Whoa.
I was planning on mainly working on your base yesterday, but yesterday I was conscious for almost 10 minutes, almost.
Oh no, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. No worries.
I was like, holy shit.
He wanted to have it finished when you came here today.
Ah.
Yeah, that was my plan, but man, I was
okay.
in bad shape yesterday.
I adapt very well. I adapt better than anybody I know, so.
He was just on this couch moaning yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'll probably still finish it this week. We still have a whole week. No?
He was moaning. There was a blanket over him. I couldn't really tell what he was doing.
Shit.
Could have been anything.
Sounds like an out of body experience.
Yeah. I think I got pneumonia from riding around in the rain yesterday or Saturday.
Yes. Yeah.
It was like cold and shit. And like I got home, I was like soaking wet. I just kind of went to sleep without changing my clothes.
Oh no.
And then like I woke up the next day and I was really sick. And then but I thought it was probably just like related to being a dumbass rather than actually COVID. And then I took a COVID test, and then it was like, yeah, I had COVID.
So you've been banished
I had COVID 2 weeks back
to the high tower. Okay.
And still test positive. Huh?
You've been banished to the high tower. To the bell tower.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
It's a good thing you got your video games up there. You can play some. Is it Path of Exile?
He doesn't play video games.
He does. Jake plays video games.
Oh, what? You've been holding out on me?
I very rarely play video games.
But you know about Path of Exile.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what matters.
He was
guys.
upstairs playing Fire Emblem.
Just want to say, if you're trying to woo me and you don't know about Path of Exile, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mine's one of those things like must.
Not really, I'm joking.
You know the movie like Must Love Dogs?
No.
Was it Must Love Dogs? Yeah. Mine's like Must Love Sade. Like that's kind of like my thing. Like it's on a list. Like if you don't know who the fuck Sade is, just get the fuck away.
Her birthday was yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah, she turned 63. She's not dead yet.
Yeah. Don't put that juju on me. We lost Betty.
Sorry. Oh, because also yesterday was Aaliyah's birthday. R.I.P. That's what I was. We got excited. And
so no, I love Sade. I played lots of Sade when I was a radio DJ.
Yes.
Big fan. My mom, like that was like
Yes.
I think that's the reason why I like the music that I like is because like my mom just like she played Sade over and over
That
and over
DVD,
again.
Sade Lovers Live. Woo!
She played that. She'd play
Woo!
Sam Cooke. She'd play Otis. That was just kind of like or like Percy Sledge. All over and over and over, and over again.
Oh yeah, my mom was also a very huge Sade fan, so that's how I
She has
developed
good taste.
my love for
She has good
Sade.
taste.
And yeah, I mean, if you don't like Sade, get the fuck out of here.
Go
Get the fuck
go
out.
get cultured.
Go die. I don't know. That's
Not
probably
quite,
horrible.
but
That's horrible.
Not
I'm
quite.
sorry.
Just get some culture. Just grab literally any song you get. It's
Get
gonna be
some
good.
Soul.
I don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you hang up, Jake?
No, I'm still here.
Okay, I thought I heard a noise.
I'm just collectively vibing.
He's gasping for air.
Yeah, he's struggling.
It's okay.
I'm just doing my best right now.
So Jake, the blood amulet, we saved you some. It was good, but honestly, I think I might like the grape juice better. This blueberry spaceship, the big one, I think I like that one better.
Yeah.
It is. It does.
Oh yeah, pass that over here.
It is kind of got like a grape juice vibe to it, even in color.
I forgot what it tasted like, so I'm gonna just have a little bit more.
It's
Yeah.
what blueberries and apples and.
And honestly, like the art design on this is pretty fucking cool.
So what I tell most people is like, so I worked at a brewery for a while, right? I worked at. Here I can.
See if you can.
Yeah, it's
A
getting it.
little bit.
So I worked at a brewery for a while, and our logo was just so plain. And I was like, why don't we change it up? You know, do our main beer, our main like 4 beer, our core beers we call them. Keep those
Core
plain.
4.
Yeah, core 4. It was our core 4. Yeah, keep those.
I know what's up.
Keep those labels exactly how you want them. Super simple. The Bud Light guys will like them. Whatever. But when you do funky one-off stuff, you do small batch stuff, make a funky label. I'm a craft beer guy. If I go to a place, the label is what's going to pull me in, and the type of beer is what's going to sell me. So the label, I'm going to be like, oh shit, that looks cool. And then I'll see what it is. So blueberry cider, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to get that. So,
No, this is cool. It's soft like the amulet, but it has a little bit of a bite. Just a little bit.
we said it was what? It's pretty low ABV. I don't think it's too high. It's,
That's a big bottle, so it should be.
5.5%.
Yeah.
So the color is good. Like, I don't know if you guys can get in there and be able to see that.
That looks pretty good.
Here,
We didn't even go over the omission.
the mission was good. It's so for anybody who
Emission's just kind of basic.
it is, but if
Oh,
you
this is 6.7.
if you can't have beer, if you can't have normal beer and you
6.7.
like IPAs, it is a great way to go. It's a solid
Yes, if you can have gluten, do read the label because it does say may contain remnants of gluten. Probably just made in a facility with other beers. But this is awesome. This is really awesome.
one. Here, I was gonna see if I can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
And
It's probably not even gonna be able to pull it up. No, it just looks completely black on the camera.
I'm like sleepy, but all I've done for the last like 2 days is sleep.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're sick. That's your body literally saying, "Bro, get right."
Yeah.
We'll save you some though. There might not be much of the omissions, but the other 2 there is some left.
I'll get you a 6-pack of omission,
I
don't
wasn't
worry.
worried about emission anyway.
So I've asked Jake this question, and I've asked a lot of people on this show this question.
Yeah.
The same question that I asked Edson.
Uh-huh.
Jake said Genghis Khan. So if you can go back in time, or you can travel through time forward.
It's really specific though. Like for me, sorry, I love telling the story. For me, Genghis Khan, but specifically like after like my village has been raided and I've been like captured and they're about to execute all of us, and he's just like, hey, oh dear, and
Which is something Genghis Khan is not known for doing.
That's awesome. Did you see that Netflix series about him?
About Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
I did not.
I know there's like a Marco Polo movie that there's some kind of con.
It was called
Another
The
good
Last Kingdom. The Last Kingdom on Netflix.
I think The Last Kingdom is Viking. It's England and
Yeah.
Scotland.
Another good one would be
It's
Neil
called
Armstrong
Kingdom.
on the moon.
I could be wrong.
Kingdom is a zombie
While you're
one.
both like,
Called-
while you're both like on the moon, and then like midway through the beer, you're like, how are we drinking this on the moon? And then you both die.
Fair. So, Erica,
Oh,
same
Googling
question. If you
It
could,
is Marco Polo.
yeah, it's okay. If you could drink a beer, or whatever, with anybody throughout time, whether it's, you want to drink a beer with yourself 40 years in the future, or,
Sure.
a relative, or somebody famous, or even somebody who's not real. Like, let's say you want to have a beer with Darth Vader, whatever, and why.
I would drink a Darth Vader.
That'd be complicated. He'd have to take off the mask, or maybe there'd be a tube straw.
Yeah.
It goes into his face. Continue, sorry.
Okay, so fictional or non-fictional, living or dead?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Wow. Okay. I don't know. I might have a beer with Ripley.
Like from Aliens?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a big Aliens fan?
Yeah. Absolutely.
1 and 2 was good. 3, eh.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then
of
from
course.
then on, it's really just about. I think 2 was kind of like a peak.
I just think like, cause in the future, like, what would the beers be like at that point?
I think it'd be something like Matrix. Like we assume this is what beer tastes like. We kind of recreated it, and we think this is what beer tastes like.
Yeah. Like, I think I would want to know what beer would be like in that type of future.
So it's not so much Ripley. You just want to have a beer in the year like 2660 or something. It's not so much her. It's like
No, it is her though. It is her, but that kind of like adds to the extra, like the sprinkles on top, like the
Yeah.
extra perk that you would get
As far as like
because her
movies go, she played a very
Sigourney Weaver.
yes. Her character, her being both the lead and an extremely strong character, was kind of like it just didn't happen. Back
No, it
then.
didn't. No,
it just
not
didn't
at all.
happen.
Yeah.
Like so, it was kind of
That was some groundbreaking territory.
it was a bit shocking for
Yeah.
cinema. It was a bit different, which is probably why it stood so long. Versus. Like 1 was great, 2 was even better, 3 was iffy, but the main 3, she came in some other ones, but those first 3 were kind of like
Right.
the big ones. She was the badass. She was kind of like the Rambo character.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it definitely comes down to like the strengths she represented. I think would be just amazing to just shoot the shit with her. Obviously not Sigourney Weaver, but Ripley.
Is this like during the time when there's aliens
Yeah. Oh yeah.
in the ship, and
For sure.
she's like, fuck.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Yeah,
maybe
just a minute. She's
maybe
like,
we're like holed up in like
She's like, "Do you hear
a
that?"
container room.
She's like, did you hear that? Okay, we're good.
Well,
And then she'll pour you some more.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. No, yeah, absolutely. We would be holed up in like a container, waiting to die or waiting to fight, and I would want to have a beer with her in that moment.
I think waiting to both fight and possibly die.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, or you're like, well, fuck it. And you like pull this from under. And you're like, I was saving it for a rainy day.
Yeah.
And y'all both just,
That's exactly
it's kind of like
it.
what you see in war movies when they're getting ready they think they're going to die.
Okay.
They're thrusting into the battlefield and they get their flask out.
So
and take
this was going to be my backup answer was going to be Legolas from Lord of the Rings would have been my other option.
I feel like he's so prudish that he probably would not have a beer with you. He would have an elven barley wine.
he comes off like that. I don't think that would be the case if you knew how to approach him.
I feel like Gimli would be more fun to drink with.
Gimli,
That's a given,
Gimli's-
though.
That's a given. That's absolutely a given. See, I like.
It's like, I'm going to have a
Legolas.
beer with a drunk guy. Like, well, I'm going to have a beer with an alcoholic.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not into Legolas because he's like a pretty boy, but I like Legolas because of the agility and like the stamina and like the actual like skill sets that he has as a warrior, which is super cool. Because I remember going back, Path of Exile was like, or Dungeons or whatever, I was like, I'd be the long-ranged person.
Yeah,
I'd
you would be the
archer.
Legolas type character.
100%. And I would just love to be able to shoot the shit. Like, okay, like, what's your training day like? What's your go-to routine? What do you do? And yeah, he does come off a little prudish, but I don't see it as like a bad thing. I just see it as like this super intelligence.
But he's done a lot of growing. You know, you see a lot of character development, especially from the beginning, you know, of his iteration either in the books or in the movies. You see a lot of character growth.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's him. You know,
He
him
even has an
and
exchange.
Gimli just fucking bickering and, you know, being dicks to each other. And
Totally, but then they have a moment where they're like, you know, I never thought I'd fight alongside you, but like here we are.
Yeah.
To you know,
And
some
they're-
verbatim like that. But
it's like a love-hate. Like they're being playful. You know, they're on the battlefield and they're taking out, you know, orcs and shit, and they're like counting them and like making little
amazing would
jokes
that
and
be
quips and
to like pull out that bottle of mead and, you know, look at Legolas as you're about to go into battle, and you're like, so how would you like, you know, drink before the war? You know, I mean, fuck yeah.
Unrelated but slightly related to both Legolas and D&D. There are people who have broke down complete movies based off of dice rolls, like D&D dice rolls. So they look at everything that people do, whether it's like Gimli stumbling or whether it's, you know, one of the hobbits failing to notice something, or, you know, like Legolas has like crazy modifiers that just allow him to just like roll like 17s, 18s, 19s, just like perfect.
I bet. Yeah.
And it's also crazy to think about how old he is. We know that elves are old, but did you know he's actually older than Gandalf? Gandalf is an ancient being. Like
I'm
he's
older
sent.
than Gandalf.
But no, I mean Gandalf
And I
is.
look. Come on.
I'm older than you. But Gandalf is, you know, he's sent to Earth, to Middle Earth, for the people, and he's an ancient being. He's not human,
Right.
as we know him. And Legolas is still older than him.
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I sometimes feel like Legolas sometimes. What can I say? I'm
Just hanging around these like
fucking hanging
18-year-olds. And you're
around.
like,
Damn. Fuck, I hope my roommate's not listening right
that's
now.
got to be wild from his perspective. You know, he's somebody that's thousands of years old, and he's hanging around somebody that is, you know, maybe 30.
Yeah.
You know, other people who are like humans,
Infant.
or you know, maybe not Strider, because Strider's got he's part of something else, and he's got an
Yeah.
extended life, but there's other people in there that are involved that have, you know, total like human normal lifespans, and just being.
Yeah.
Imagine just having thousands of years of life experience and then just having to listen to somebody who's been there for a whisper of your lifespan.
Ooh, good way to put it. Yeah.
I don't know. I never thought about that, but that's a bit.
Yeah.
They never play into that. They
Mm-mm.
should.
They should. Lord of the Rings, everybody.
He's drinking a beer. He's like, "What the fuck do you know?"
Exactly.
You're like, Legolas, I've never seen you like this.
Child.
I've got turds older than you.
Rudimentary creatures.
Yeah.
Straight up.
What? Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
I think, you know, I don't have time to watch all of the Lord of the Rings in one sitting.
No, I don't have time.
I don't think I can.
You
do
now
that.
have time for that with having some time
Oh,
off.
touche. Yeah, you do have time. For
Go
that.
ahead and
Very excited.
go ahead and finish off The Witcher.
I haven't even started.
Season 2, you
I
mean?
watched one.
Oh, did season 2 drop?
Oh yeah, season 2's done.
I watched one episode.
Did not know that.
Did you watch? You watched any of The Witcher? You watched season 1,
I
right?
did watch season 1. Yeah. I you know, to be fair, I've never played The Witcher. I played a little bit of 3.
I feel like the way that they built the story up, that you don't really have to have played the games. Now you'll enjoy it more if you have played the
Oh, the
games.
Netflix
but,
series?
yeah, but if you watch the show, you'll still be good to go.
Oh yeah, no, I did season 1. Yeah, I saw all of season 1, and I played a very small portion of Witcher 3 for PC, but I've been waiting for season 2, so that actually makes me happy.
Yeah, it's already out. It's been out for
Super cool. A
what?
day.
2 months,
No way.
something like that.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I finished it a while back.
I don't honestly watch TV
That's
at
fine.
all. Yeah.
I watched all of that. I watched all of Wheel of Time.
Oh my god, I've been meaning to start that. One of my closest friends is really into that, just told me about it, and I'm super stoked to get into it. Thank you for reminding me.
It was good. Season 1's done. It's like 8 or 9 episodes.
Yeah.
Get you nice and primed up. So you'll have a lot to watch. Witcher 2 season. Wheel of Time. They're going to be doing, another Game of Thrones prequel. Or they're doing a Game of Thrones prequel.
House of Dragons.
Yeah,
House
and
of
then they're
Dragons.
going to be...
They're always doing the Game of Thrones.
What?
What?
They're always doing another Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah.
They try, yeah.
It's always,
They
always
had one in production that I think they totally
Overdid their budget.
shelved or something.
Yeah, they overdid their budget on the pilot. But there's also the Lord of the Rings show that's supposed to be dropping.
Right, yeah.
And then Jake and I are about this. They got the Redwall show coming out.
I don't know what that is.
Jake's acting.
Yeah.
Jake got real quiet.
Yeah, you got real quiet over there, Jake.
It's like mixed Game of Thrones with Aesop's Fables. So
Okay.
instead of it being people, it's all like, was it rats and ferrets and foxes are evil, and there's no humans, and mice and badgers and
You know what that reminded me of? You ever played Dishonored?
yes.
With all the rats like running
Oh,
around,
yeah.
and you can like warp into a
Oh
rat.
yeah, you can go into a fish and go into a tunnel and sneak in the
Yeah.
back way. Yeah, Dishonored was
was
great.
cool. Dishonored was cool. Yeah.
They were finding ways to kill things that even the producer, like the creators, didn't even think about. But so Redwall is basically, think of like Game of Thrones, but
Okay.
with
Live
animals.
action?
No, it was a book. What, back in the 80s and 90s?
But you said they're making something.
Yeah, Netflix bought the rights to it, and the guy who's doing it
Okay.
apparently is the same guy who did Adventure Time.
Oh, okay.
Who also did Over the Garden Wall? Is that what it's called? Jake?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So he's supposed to be doing it. So it's going to be pretty nice. I think they're probably going to start with the first book, the Redwall book. So it's going to be Matthias, and evil rat coming after him, trying to take down the abbey. That is, just kind of like a nice, peaceful abbey for all creatures to live in. He goes and gets a sword and takes them out. There's some supernatural to it. It's sword play and knives and that kind of like medieval, but just think about animals instead. But it's not weird like furries.
Did you hear about the
It's nerd stuff.
medieval MMA event space that just opened in Nashville?
I feel like it's just like super LARPing, so I'm kind of scared of it.
Yeah.
It's LARPing, like live action role playing. Like it's just gonna be a bunch
You
of
dress
nerds.
up like a knight and you get into like a MMA ring and go at it, I guess. I'd grab a beer and go watch.
I mean, it sounds cool to watch. I mean, I'd like to do it if I could be under a pseudonym and nobody would ever know. It's like it's one step above. It's kind of like
I don't want to do it. I just want to go have some beers and spectate
yeah.
and laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
It's kind of like people it being in airsoft groups, but even that is cooler than LARPing.
Like
Yeah.
paintball and airsoft, like
Yeah.
those types of things.
It's even those are cooler than LARPing.
I don't know if I'd
LARPing's-
even put them in the same category, but
I mean, you're living out a fan. I mean, I understand that one is kind of like a war thing, but I mean, I'm assuming that most of the people are kind of venturing over from playing video games, Call of Duty and stuff like that.
yeah, I mean, I'm not here to judge anybody's reasons to indulge in,
Violence.
violence or, thrilling adventure, but I'm just saying, it looks.
I'll have a beer and watch it.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be entertaining.
Yes.
And
That
I like
much.
to be entertained.
I would have a Dark Knight kind of thing. I would never show my face and just go in and try to wreck people. And then,
But I'm sure there's tactic to it, though. Like,
Oh,
actual,
yeah, no doubt.
like,
I've watched some of it.
Skill.
I've seen some of it. It just pops up on YouTube, and it's guys in full armor and kind of just like wailing on each other with dull weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
should go grab a beer and watch it.
Yeah.
They do.
You know, I've been in Nashville for, 4 months, and I still haven't seen a hockey game.
I've been here 4 years and I haven't been to a hockey game.
You like hockey?
I don't know.
It's pretty nice if you're, like, right there, watching people just, like,
Yeah.
punch the shit out of each other and
No,
while you're drinking
I
a beer.
really want to go, like, straight up. In fact, I have one friend, we were talking about going, my friend Jessica, and she has never been to a game, and I was like, dude, I've never been to a game either, so we try to make it happen. Maybe we get, like, a big group going or something.
How long do you work at Butchertown Hall?
I'm still an employee at Butchertown Hall.
Yeah, but how long did you... Did you work there long enough to meet everybody?
I worked there solid for a year, and then since then, like, filling in
Yeah.
for, like, emergencies. And I haven't been called in a very, very long time. But I know they still have me on payroll, and Liberty Commons still has me on payroll as well.
Did you know Dylan?
Yeah, I love Dylan. Dylan's cool.
Yeah, Dylan plays hockey, and he's a huge
He
hockey
does.
fan.
Yeah, him.
He's a musician, apparently, too.
And there used to be a guy named Joe who worked there. He was a bartender, and I think they played together as well. They were, I think they're on the same team. I could be wrong. I've never seen a game. But yeah, I would totally go see a game where Dylan's playing.
Dylan would be down.
Because I think they play at Centennial Complex. Yeah, he's a fucking good dude.
Yeah, I love Dylan. Nice guy.
Yeah.
I'll have him on eventually.
You
Just
should.
kind of hang out, shoot the shit.
Yeah, he's a musician, hockey player,
Just all around wild
new
man.
homeowner. Congratulations. Yeah, you should do it.
I didn't know. It's cool meeting people, like working with people for a while, or just meeting people. It's kind of like the idea for the show as well.
Totally.
And then finding out, all the stuff about him, like Taylor. He might not have been there when you were there.
No, I know Taylor. Well, I met Taylor from Liberty Common.
Yeah,
because I was the grand opening team there, and Taylor was there as well.
Like Taylor it's kind of hit or miss with most people as far as how they feel about Taylor. But I didn't know that Taylor used to have like this whole motorcycle company where he would build up motorcycles and sell them, like nice ass motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
That's just wild.
Yeah, he briefly had mentioned it one time. I don't know too much about it, but I do know that is a thing about his past.
Yeah, there's tons of skilled people. Like Justin is a lathe worker and he makes pens.
Yeah.
And pencils
He
out
does
of
a lot
wood.
of woodworking, yeah.
Yeah.
We were shooting archery together during the pandemic because it was like something you could do outdoors and not, have to worry about stuff.
I've got 2 bows.
Do you? I have a bow. We should get together with
I use
Justin.
recurve.
Fuck yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm not going to use no Legolas longbow, but I got a nice recurve.
No, I've got a recurve as well, but mine's light. It's only 35 pound tension. 35 pound tension. I'm small, so.
I mean, you don't really need a lot. I mean, as long as it gets the arrow where it needs to.
Yeah.
You're not out there trying to kill deer and shit.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's just it is just really great for like your back muscles.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
You'll have a fucking
Jacked back.
when I was first going through it, I started in school at Darton because I had just like extra credits I could spend on something, Darton College. And Jake knows, he went to Darton. That's how we met actually.
Yeah.
And I took archery, and how we started trying to get ready for it, just to kind of prime our back and get our muscles ready, is getting like elastic bands and just like continuously doing that.
Totally.
And just like your rear delts and just your back, it gets jacked.
Yes.
Because I mean, you're finding your anchor and you're setting it up.
I won't lie. Yeah, when the pandemic hit, and I mentioned earlier that I had bought a drum kit, I bought the drum kit and then I got the archery set to balance, like, okay, go outside, go do something physical and like benefiting your, yourself, and then drums for inside or whatever.
Yeah.
So, it's a super fun sport and it's awesome, but you also should be super careful because you can hurt yourself very easily. If you pick a bow that's not right for you, you can injure yourself. So just want to put that out there. Please do your research. Be very careful. Because I've hurt myself.
Oh, she's throwing out a disclaimer.
Yeah. I was messing around with a bow that the weight tension was just out of my league, out of my category. I'm more of like a 35-pound tension person, and I was using a 45-pound tension bow. Completely, like I didn't go to the doctor. It was like COVID, so I was like kind of scared. I just kind of wrote it out, but I definitely like damaged some tissue in my like upper shoulder to where I was in a lot of pain for like 2 months. Like I couldn't lift. It was bad. So I just want to throw that out there.
Was it your rotator or was it?
Fuck if I don't know. I didn't go to a doctor.
So mine, like my push and pull, I'll feel clicks, pop, 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 pop. It's mostly like right here, this where it connects. It's rotator.
Yeah.
So I have like limited mobility. I can like
mine
put
felt
it back
a little bit more up towards the neck a little bit, but who knows? I don't know.
So it seems like we both, I don't want to hold you up too much because I know you stayed probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes past what you...
It's okay. I'm having a great time.
I told you the show does that. Like sometimes you forget, like you're like, oh, you know, I could be here for an hour and some change. Sometimes I need to tell people like, yo, you might need to set an alarm because you'll lose track of time. You'll sit here, have a couple beers.
It's very easy to lose track of time because we started at 9:20, 9:30?
Yeah, it was like 9:15, something like that.
9:15, right? And it's 11:30.
Yeah.
So we've been going at it for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And we still didn't even really touch on a lot of like important things, and that's
so
hilarious.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. I really should start, and I've done it before, just kind of like having bullet points that allow us to touch on the things. Sometimes I don't know exactly until I get into it,
right? Like
exactly what I'm going to ask.
Right.
So if anybody wants to, I know you have something coming up where you're getting ready to do some recording. Is that recording just something on your own, or is that with a band?
So,
or can you something you could talk about, or is it still kind of?
I am trying to process how much I can talk about it. I am usually a hired gun for a very talented artist.
Yakuza.
And yes, absolutely. And that's why I can't talk about it, because Yakuza will kill me if I give away their secrets, you know, obviously. Gotta honor that. And, so I'm going to Los Angeles to record, and...
It's like a week or so, right? 2 weeks, something like that?
I think it's a solid 6 days.
Ooh.
Solid 6 days of recording.
No, I mean like from now.
Oh, from now. It is January 28th. I will be in Los Angeles recording for about 6 days. I didn't sign like an NDA, but I just want to be respectful. And
that's fair.
there are a few very close friends in my life who know like stuff. But yeah, my friend is coming out with a new album, and we're gonna go to LA to record, and I'm a little scared. I've been told that I cannot hear the music until day of, and I'm going to be working probably with some of the most respectable people of my career that I will be working with thus far. So it's a little nerve-wracking to not know what you're going to be playing when it's something that means a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
At a point in one's career. And so I think, though, that's the humor of life and the humor of the universe is like, all right, bitch, like, this is what you're doing with your life, so here's this adventure, fucking figure it out, and here's the labyrinth. And so I've just been trying to just go back to the basics of bass, you know? I've been going over real basic shit, keeping my stamina up, and just doing little training things that I have.
Keyboard.
And keyboard.
The gaming.
The gaming. A lot of gaming, a lot of Valheim. So it'll be good. And honestly, I think too, like, we should do this again with Jake when Jake's not dying. And
Jake's always perpetually dying. So
and that will be maybe over, and then I can probably talk about some stuff.
That is true. Can you talk about who you currently play with? Or I know you say you're a hired gun, but I'm sure there's people that you play with more than others, right?
like currently, like what's my current lineup?
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
have
for
some
sure.
bands that you kind of pop into on a regular basis,
Yeah,
or certain
absolutely.
artists that you play with on a regular basis? You don't have to do any kind of like name dropping,
Totally.
anything that's not
Yeah,
comfortable.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm a hired gun for a couple people here. And
But I know
then,
you came into the Tangerines, the prestigious
yeah,
Tangerines.
those are wonderful people out in Los Angeles. And then
That's who it is,
recently,
isn't it? That's you're hired by the Tangerines.
the tangerine,
The
yeah, tangerine singular. So I and then I also just started a actual passion project where I'm working with some really cool friend of mine named Riley, and we started a band. Well, he started a band and invited me to be the bass player, and I love everything that's happening with that. It's like super nostalgic 90s. We're not trying to reinvent 90s rock. We're just trying to do it beautiful and right how all of the greats did it. Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, Third Eye Blind, or whatever. And I'm really, really, really stoked about that. And we're gonna take kind of like an interesting approach where, we're all in Nashville, but like I think we're gonna kind of do like a hybrid split where half the band goes to Atlanta and then half stays in Nashville. We're gonna attack the industry from two angles, and I'm super stoked. Atlanta's a very cool city, and I'm gonna be spending a lot of time there pretty soon, and I'm super stoked for it. It is super scary. I honestly will say I don't know how it's gonna work out. I am scared. But I do know that every single time something great comes into my life, it's because I didn't plan it, and it's because I chose to believe in something that I thought was crazy or impossible. And those have always been the greatest adventures of my life, is allowing myself to jump off that cliff,
Just be a bit uncomfortable.
be uncomfortable, grow past that uncomfortableness, and grow stronger because of it, and realize that I am capable, the people I'm around are capable, and that things can happen and can materialize. Of course, you have to work really hard for it. You have to work harder for it, I should say. But, I mean, if you truly believe in something, like, you just have to do it and then see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, at least you tried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That resonates because that's kind of like how it all kind of started for you. You kind of were
100%, and that's
were
why.
flung into a situation
Yeah.
where you were uncomfortable and you
Totally.
didn't know anything about it, and
I moved here kind of kicking and screaming.
well, just your
Like-
the first band you started with, that you kind of learned to play bass because they
Yeah.
needed a stand-in.
Yeah.
It was an uncomfortable situation, I'm sure, for you
100%.
because you
Yeah.
didn't know how to play, and you just
Totally.
jumped into it, and
Yeah.
it led you to here ultimately.
100%. Everything that has led me to this point has been me welcoming the darkness of the unknown and just saying, fuck it. Alright, we're just gonna, cannonball into the unknown and see what happens. But of course, like, I do research things and I do weigh out the options and I look at every angle and perspective of a situation before deciding to execute it. I don't just willy-nilly fucking do anything. There's a ton of research that goes into my decisions.
Sometimes, except for the Blackout album. The Blackout album.
Yes,
Instead of the
100%.
Black album, but the Blackout album.
100%. Yeah.
We recorded an album last night? Yes.
100%. Yeah, but, yeah, sometimes you just have to,
I
like...
wasn't trying to throw you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I still think that's just great. I wanted to bring it up again.
Yeah.
I was Blackout, recorded a whole album.
It was like an EP. It wasn't an LP. It was an EP. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm in the terrified stage of that right now because we were supposed to be a Nashville-based band and now it's going to be split. So yes, I am terrified, but I'm going to say, you know what? All right, God, it's in your hands. Let's fucking go.
You're taking the true Nashville.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel. Let's fucking go. I'm down. All right, as long as you're driving, I'm down. So
once you're in Nashville for a while, you kind of have to
Yeah.
accept these country things
Totally.
and say, Jesus, take the wheel.
Totally, yeah. So that's like the passion project, and then I do work with some other friends. Over 2021, I was working with Flight Attendant, and we're still working together. But like,
What's the name of the band?
Flight Attendant.
Yeah. I thought you were saying you're working with a flight attendant.
That's the problem with that band name. It's a
Yeah, it's
little
like
tricky.
they
tricky.
hired me to be a personal bassist on a plane with a
Yeah.
flight attendant.
Yeah, there'll
It's
be
like I'd
some
like
stuff.
the chicken, please. Will you like a fat ass bass beat?
That's
fat
right.
ass bass.
Just
with
serving
that
up
chicken?
those bass lines to seat E15 in the back there.
Hope you're liking your chicken.
Yeah, that's right. So there'll be some songs coming out this year with those guys, and I haven't met up with them in a minute. Schedules have just been really super crazy. I got sick, not COVID, thank God, just a normal sick. But yeah, so stuff will be coming out there, and then Olivia Jean, I've been playing with her. Right now we're not really playing. I think she's working on some some future stuff that she's gonna release on her own, and that'll be super cool. Yeah, definitely you should follow Fossil Creek Band on Instagram if you want to follow up with what I'm doing. Follow Olivia Jean Music. I do a lot of stuff with her that's super cool, and yes, there's gonna be some really fucking cool shit coming out with her pretty soon, and I truly believe in her, and she's so fucking talented, and I'm excited for what she's got going on. And Flight Attendant, I think it's just Flight Attendant Band on Instagram, I think. And I feel bad. I think those are just kind of like the main ones I've been working with lately. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's it for right now anyways.
Well, if you need a drummer, I know a fucking stellar drummer in Nashville who's from my hometown. Who plays drums with Ingrid Mitchelson. He's her personal drummer.
I don't know who that is.
You've 100% heard her songs.
Okay.
I
What
think
genre is his specialty?
he can play all kinds of shit. Like he started off when he was in Albany.
Jazz punk?
He
Jazz
could
punk.
probably do it. He's a fucking
Probably or can are two big different things.
he's probably one of the best drummers I've ever met personally. Super cool guy.
Debatable, but
So when I was in my hometown,
I played with a lot of good drummers.
True,
I've been
true.
very blessed in life.
so
Jesse Kennedy, Caleb Saldate, Tony Montanez. I mean,
you did, yeah. Tony, you talking about him on there?
this is true.
Is what does Steve-O play?
Steve-O is an amazing vocalist.
Okay, shout out Steve-O.
Shout out Steve-O.
But no, so him and his brother and him are from my hometown, and his brother was a badass guitarist. He was a drummer. They were in a band called With Blood Comes Cleansing, and that was kind of a metal band, kind of like the growly, kind of screamy metal bands, real fast drumming.
Okay.
And I didn't even know he lived in Nashville. He's from my hometown. I was at Butchertown Hall.
Comes in.
He walked in, and I was like, my head peeked around.
Did a double take.
Spence, what the fuck are you doing in Nashville? He's like, I've been here for like 7 years.
Damn.
And I was like, dude, really? I was like,
Fucking like that, just flying under the radar.
I was like, explains why I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
And so he's been playing with Ingrid, and he's a badass drummer.
Cool.
Badass drummer.
Cool.
Super cool guy, super nice guy. I want to have him on the show. He said he'd be down for it. He doesn't drink. He's kind of like how
We've
the
got some cool non-alcoholic beverages
yeah,
out
true.
there.
He's kind of like the drummer from Rush.
Okay,
Right? That
that's
he
a
was
big
mentioning earlier?
statement. Yeah.
So I'm not talking about his skill, but he doesn't drink. He doesn't really do anything like that. He just kind of really focused on the art of it all.
Cool.
Super
I
cool
respect
guy.
that.
Super cool guy.
Yeah. I honestly prefer working with sober musicians. It's really nice.
Because it that their focus is not like when they're gonna get drunk, or are they drunk right now?
Yeah,
are they going to show
100%.
up, or are they going to be high?
Oh
or can
man, I can't stand it when. Yeah, I mean, I have patience and grace for people like that, but it's getting harder for me, just because I'm past that.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
like
mean?
little kid shit.
It's a little kid shit, 100%. And it's like, you know, like, first off, like, I mean, I'm skilled, but I'm not, you know, famous. My resume credits are, you know, modest. But it's like, if you're below me and you're acting a certain way, get the fuck out. Just get the
You're not
fuck
taking
out.
you're not taking
like,
this shit serious.
What the fuck?
You're wasting your time.
100%. Yeah. And so, yeah, I just don't.
Well, it's like there's with a lot of drinking and a lot of drugs, it leads to like people being fickle or indecisive, or you can't rely on.
It's just a wild
or,
card.
Yeah, you don't know.
The
Are they gonna
accountability's
show up?
not there.
You don't know.
Dependability's not there. The competence is questionable.
Are they gonna show up high as fuck and just be shitty as hell when they're supposed to be on it, especially
or
for
be
a
a no show,
recording?
no call? Like, great. There's fucking weeks of my planning out.
They're
the
fucking
door.
liability.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I just don't have time for that. I'm 35. I'm here to fucking win. So, yeah.
Jake, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm hanging out, man.
Are you?
Jake, do you have any questions?
Huh?
Do you have any questions?
No, I'm just fine. I'm honestly, I'm falling in and out of sleep, but...
Do you need a cough drop?
No, I don't really have a cough.
You want me to go run to Walgreens for you and get some NyQuil or
No,
something?
that's okay. I did run out of Gatorade.
Gatorade?
I told him to get Pedialyte instead.
Yeah, you should be drinking Pedialyte.
I've never had that.
Gatorade's trash.
It's a godsend. It's God's gift to man.
Electrolytes, homie.
Yeah. I'm sad that I ran out of Gatorade. Like, that's just like, yeah, I've never been this sad before.
Well, Jake,
Aww.
I need you to be 100% for the next time that Erica comes on the show.
What if I still have COVID?
What?
What if I still have COVID by then?
You might be dead.
You might be dead.
Well, everybody likes this.
Yeah.
I might be dead.
R.I.P. Selena.
Oh,
Yeah.
mi corazón.
All right, Jake, we're getting ready to end it up. She's been on for almost 3 hours.
Has it been 3 hours?
It has been 3 hours.
It's been 3 hours.
The show does that. The show is like a fairy circle. You know, you go into it and you come out of it, you've aged 8 years. It's how it is.
Like a time warp. But I think I might have gone back 8 years. I feel 8 years younger.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah,
So you drained it from me. That's why I have all these grays everywhere.
that's probably true.
Anyways, Jake, we're getting ready to end it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and end the call with you, and then we'll finish up on the show.
Don't hang up on me.
Okay, then.
Jake can stay through the end.
Cállate la boca, then, yeah.
What?
Yes. Silencio. Anyways, we've had a great show so far. We've talked about a lot.
Talk about a lot, yeah.
Is there anything that you want to touch on? I mean, you mentioned some of your social media. I know some of it you might still want to keep on the low because people are fucking creepers out there.
People are weird, but I also just like the mysterious, like, branding.
True.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if anybody wants to hear this new project coming out, where can they kind of get updates as far as news? Have they even given you that? I know it's like kind of secret, need to know basis, Yakuza kind of stuff. But is there like a website or a social media they should watch?
Third Man Records.
Third Man Records?
Yeah.
Oh, that's here in Nashville.
Yeah, it is here in Nashville. And
They do,
Detroit.
They do film development as well.
They do, yeah. They have a film processing department.
Yeah, I'd take a lot of film photos.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
I've got a shit ton of cameras.
Wow.
Yeah, I like film photography.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, Third Man's one of the only ones in town that does it.
Okay. Wow, I didn't know they were one of the only ones. Wow, cool.
Yeah, a lot of the other ones closed during COVID.
See, they knew what they were doing. You got to tap those markets. We're not a lot
just
of people in
filling a gap. A lot. I mean, Third Man's sitting good outside of
entrepreneurship.
So the ones that were just focused on film,
Mm-hmm.
they were not doing great before COVID. But then once COVID happened, a lot of these things started popping up. People had a lot of free time. And they started touching on things that they couldn't before. They didn't have the available time. But now they're home for a month or 2 months.
Yeah.
Amazon, booming. eBay's booming. People are buying shit. People are buying cameras and buying films.
I got into eBay.
Yeah, stuff that was like,
developed a problem.
Same.
Bad.
A camera that might have been pre-COVID $25 is now $200 on.
Yeah.
So people like Third Man who have other stuff outside of film, they survived it, but a lot of ones that were just film, they usually died during COVID. So they're one of the few ones left in Nashville.
Okay.
There'll be a resurgence. Anyways,
yeah,
so they should check out Third Man Records.
Follow Third Man. Yeah, I mean, again, like, you gotta understand though, when pre-production's happening and production's happening, I don't know when the fuck shit's actually gonna drop.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I mean, you can record something, and I mean, depending on, like, the people who are at the top, the wizards at the top, making decisions, you don't really know when stuff's gonna come out. But when it does, that will be the place.
Yeah, just keep an eye on Third Man. They're an awesome company regardless, so it's not going to be a wasted follow. And,
no, not at all. They post a lot of good content all the time.
And eventually, it'll pop up.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we're getting ready to end the show. It's been great. We're going to have you on again if you're cool with that.
Yeah, of course.
I definitely want to have you on with Jakey Boys here.
Yeah.
We can talk all about his doors.
I'm like very experienced right now.
What?
I'm very experienced right now.
Something, not right now.
I said I'm there in spirit.
In spirit. He's here in spirit.
Yes, it's a very weak spirit. It's a very sick
Yeah.
spirit. But so we're going to have her back.
Totally. And we could
Silliness
we could talk about the bass that you're fixing for me as well next time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe he can do a repair on the show.
Oh.
We can drink beer, he can do a repair and
he
talk
can do
about
the final nail in the
I'm not doing repairs on the show. Maybe.
I'm not going to do maybe. You're giving me conflicted information, Jake. Either way, before we get on, your favorites of the night?
I'm gonna have to go with this.
The amulet was my favorite.
You didn't have it, schmuck.
True.
I'm definitely gonna go with the blueberry here.
Yeah, blueberry was good.
This was really good. I can't stop drinking
And
it.
what I'm surprised at is like, this is not like a sticker. These have stickers on them. This is actually like on the bottle.
Yeah.
This is on the bottle. And it's nice because if you're like, look, I'm not going to drink all that. You literally can, boom, save that. And if you're like, boom, I got a really small growler right now. I can put beer in that and take it on the go. I can put wine in it.
Yeah. As a small person, I love this concept and this design. It's efficient, it's recyclable, reusable. I'm all about going green, guys. We've got climate change here, so we got to do some shit to slow that shit down. Yeah, this is a wonderful design.
This is the winner of the night.
Yeah.
Shout out Blueberry Spaceship Box. It's a mouthful. Blueberry cider, apple cider, and blueberry juice.
Yeah. Let's just where's it from?
I'm gonna have to search a bit. It's probably
Prescott, Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
Arizona. Well, it's bottled in Arizona. I don't know.
Either way, good one. For sure. Yeah, we're definitely going to get ready to end it up for the night. Thank you for coming on, hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sorry it was a bit of a dodgy start. Next time.
No, it's fine.
Next time we're going to meet. We'll meet for coffee, and then we'll work up some stuff that...
Coffee and tea?
Tea. You can't do coffee?
No coffee.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I'll die. I'll end up in the hospital.
Leah can't drink coffee either.
Really? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to have a conversation with her then. It's very rare.
She can't do coffee.
Yeah.
So we'll meet up at a coffee shop. We'll get some tea, whatever. We'll talk over the concepts. We'll have another episode. and I'm sure you'll have some more great stories. We'll talk about stories on the road, wild stories. We'll talk about.
Dude, I got stories. Oh my
That's what I'm
god.
saying. We'll do a whole. We can do a whole episode just about stories on the road.
It's a fucking season. Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
Either way, guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Check out next Monday. I'm not 100% sure who's coming on next Monday, but I have done lots of interviews, so we'll see. Either way, I'm getting ready to end it for the night. You guys